Yeah.
Oh, it's the diddle 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 diddle.
Let's
Oh,
get
what the?
all of that
That's odd.
resolved.
Can you hear me? Everything all right?
Cool.
That's weird. The sound's sort of gone wonky. That's odd. My right earphone's gone wonky as nuts.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
It cancelled the call. It cancelled the bloody call. I accidentally tapped the ear bit. I forgot. Yeah,
Lovely.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
lovely.
yeah.
It's the
Hello.
shirt, right? It's the managerial shirt. It must be. Just quickly before we carry on, this shirt has a little bit of history. It's from a company called D2 UK, which may not even exist anymore. And somebody thought it was my name tag once when I was in the mobile phone industry, and they were looking at it. They leaned in really closely, squinted, and said, "Thanks very much for your help, Duke." And I was like, "That's an
You're
amazing name.
welcome.
I'll
Carry
I'll
on.
take Duke." I didn't correct him. I was like, "Yeah, cool. I'll take Duke."
So I had someone. Do you know what? I actually had someone do that to me, but they come up to me and went, "Thank you, lacrosse." He must be French.
Lacrosse. Lacrosse. Cool. Yeah.
No, mine's Venom.
Duke, Spawn, and what are you, Ripper? JP, Duke, and Spawn. What a fucking trio.
Nah, it's
So
Venom, baby. Nah,
where
nah,
we
Venom,
what
baby, Venom. You
oh
gotta get
I
it.
thought sorry, I thought I could only see like the face. So and
Oh,
you had
dude,
the
no,
Spawn
you were close. You were close.
you
You were
had the
close.
Spawn thing. I was gonna say, yeah, you had the Spawn book in your hand earlier. So, Ripper, where we starting? Hmm.
Organized chaos.
Hey,
Organized
this
chaos.
is hey, look, we'll get there. This is looking 10 times better already. So yeah.
And I look like pulled pork.
And look, and we got Boyce to show his face. Look at this. Hang on.
Yes, hello. I did. Stop. Stop.
There.
Stop. Stop. I do that too well for my own good now.
Yes, there. No, there. Yeah.
Oh, oh, oh. You should. Hey, I don't see it. Oh wait, hold
I
on. There's a
do.
delay. There's a
Uh,
delay. There's a
And
delay.
no, yeah, of course there has to be a
All
delay
right.
for him to I was gonna say there
Okay,
has
so
to be a delay for him to put it in the in fact, yeah, because you've got it in the quality that you've got it in, if there's a delay. So that was awesome, dude. Nice little graphic, lovely. I like it.
yeah. So yes, this is a bit of a hot topic for me, especially because bit of a fan of the Hitman series, like many other folk out there. You know, there's people who have been following it since the original PC game that came out in. I think it was actually 2000. I think it was the end of the PS1 era, but it was the beginning of the PS2 era. But on PC, they'd already sort of gotten to a stage where they were in between those already. And in that era, that's when the first Hitman game came out, called Codename 47. Now, these games are elaborate. For anybody who's not familiar with the Hitman games, these are basically assassination simulators, of which with each generation that came along, each game that came along, they became more elaborate and more unique in their ways you could execute your targets. You could even make it look like an accident or a car bomb or whatever you want, really. And there was a decent story to it, but that's not why people played them. They played them because of the versatility of the attacks that you could do or sequence of events you could cause. But also, it was a very good stealth game, as well as being one of the first games where you actually took people's uniforms as disguises. So, anyway, I digress with that. The one I'm talking about in particular is called Hitman 3 VR Reloaded, and I said it slowly there because I was really tempted to call it retarded.
You should have called it what it's now been
Fucking
rebranded by this
retarded.
channel
Oh,
as.
yes, I'd call it Hitman 3 VR Retarded. So, this port, we'll call it that, was done by XR Games, not to be mistaken with X Real Games that are the Zero Caliber devs. Not the same, do not affiliate them, they're not connected. XR Games, however, are probably responsible for one of the worst atrocities in the Hitman series to date. Now, IO Interactive, the company that created the Hitman series, tried to hand it different things over the years, but nothing really stuck. The only thing that really did stick was the Hitman series, and in that they made millions on millions because of the IP itself. Hell, do you know they even had a experience you could buy where you ordered a person who was pretending to be 47 round a manor to execute pretend actor targets? They even had the Chuckle Brothers do it. It was a sight to see and to hear. To hear one Barry Chuckle, no joke. Hearing Barry Chuckle go, put him in the shed. Put the body in the shed. Put the shed's on fire. Doesn't matter. Put him in it anyway. That's the fucking Chuckle Brothers. Check it out on YouTube if you've ever check it out.
Fucking hell,
It's
I haven't
bloody.
heard that. I haven't heard that duo mentioned for a very
Oh,
long
dude.
time.
The thing is,
Jesus.
they were commanding an actor who looked like 47, but they had the voice actor for 47 to respond back to them.
Nice.
So while they were telling him what to do and how to act, they had a camera following the NPC character around the manor. This is in Dorset or Derby or something like that. They hired out an entire manor to have this, so you could set up an execution and you could pull it off multiple different ways just by what you saw in the plans that you had. You even had the actress for Diana to actually discuss with you the plan of attack on the manor and stuff like that, which was really impressive. But anyway, I digress. Yes, again, this is my point that Hitman's had a long and prestigious history of having a very good name for itself, to the point that the first and second games used the Budapest Symphonic Orchestra in multiple of the games going forward from the very beginning. So there was quality, right, to these games. They weren't released and then patched later. This was an era where they didn't do that. It was fucking perfect. And I say that without a hint of irony. It's not nostalgia either. I've played the previous games. All right, I haven't played 1, 2, and Contracts, which were on the original sort of PC and PlayStation 2 era. I'll find a way. I'll find a way. But either way, I'll find a way. I've done the others, but yes, I played Blood Money, then I played Absolution, then I played The World of Assassination. All of them on mobile ports. So I'm using an iPhone 16, which is a piece of shit. Nobody likes iPhone. Nobody wants to game on iPhone. Nobody, not even me. But I do it because of necessity and because, it was easy. I paid 20 to 30 quid for the ports and they work absolutely perfectly like the original games themselves. I've got the proof on my channel to prove it. And then we have Hitman 3 VR, retarded, regurgitated, retarded, that could only be described as absolute laziness. They didn't even try. They did the easiest and simplest version of it they could possibly do, and then they left the rest to the wayside. Now, I'm not saying it's all XR's fault. What I'm saying is that it was a trend that started with World of Assassination. Now, the World of Assassination games are actually a marvel, right? The newer ones. It was World of Assassination 1, 2, and 3, they call them, right? They're all part of one game, technically, whereas the original games had their own quirk to them. There was a part of the story. Codename 47, you were learning to assassinate people. Was it Hitman 2? You were trying to redeem yourself from the sins of your past, even though you knew you were a clone and you had no faith. You were trying to help. You were trying to do something as a character. In Hitman Contracts, you were going over old stories, old contracts that he was going through. Hitman Blood Money, he was hunting a clone that had survived and was and doing all that, but that was elaborate as well. It came to Absolution where they actually gave Hitman more compassion and emotion, but that's over generations of having that character. So you can
Boo.
understand where he came from,
I don't
right?
want I don't want
Yeah.
compassion in my
No,
hitman.
granted,
I
hear
wanted
me
to
out.
get the
Hear
job
me.
fucking done.
Yeah, no, I mean to
I
say
don't
in
need
the instance of
story. I just needed to
if
kill.
he saw a child that grew up the way was created the way he was. So he wanted to do right. Plus the fact he was guilty over killing Diana at the time. I'm not going to say too much on that. But anyway, they evolved it to a point, and then World of Assassination came out, and they've just thrown it all to the wind anyway. So they started it all again, forgot all that even happened really, and just started with their own. Now, I can forgive that. I was fine with that. You want to redo the Hitman thing? That's fine. You've still got the same story beats. He still came from a lab. They still don't know what happened, even though he killed everyone and got rid of all the evidence that he possibly could, bar a bit that he dealt with in 2. And then the World of Assassinations got better. They were impressive, but they were generic. They became something of a sandbox, if you will. Now, Hitman,
Sorry,
yes, in its
just
instance.
to interrupt because I know you're already
Yeah.
tired. So all of this little segment, I believe, is to reaffirm and give credence to the fact that Poise's specific brand of autism is very much Hitman centric, and the guy knows what he's talking about as far as Hitman is concerned. Please, sir, go on.
What's going on, man? So basically, yeah, they did well with 1, 2, but the problem was you could see by Hitman 2, World of Assassination, and 3 that they'd given up on putting the effort and the resource in for the pure fact. Simplest way I can explain it. First World of Assassination had full-on cinematics where you could see whole things going on. It was beautifully designed, really well voice acted, etc. Hitman 2, World of Assassination, slideshows. Hitman 3, World of Assassination, slideshows.
Easier to
Barely
do,
any.
less budget.
Yeah, but that's the point. The Hitman games have prided themselves on luxurious gameplay and visual design and audio design and the maps themselves and the atmosphere that they cause. And they've turned it into a basic sandbox that you can just fucking. It doesn't feel like you're learning.
No, that's
from
fine,
these
but
things.
maybe they identified that that was what the masses were interested in, and all of the window dressing afterwards was for the 0.001%, basically you. So possibly, I'm just spitballing reasons as to why the decline of the franchise might have gone the way that it was. It's like, we spend we all do these things where you spend a god awful amount of time on doing something, but like nothing for no good reason or very little reason or recognition or what have you. So maybe they started moving away from that to concentrate on what Hitman was known for. Because
you mean James Bond?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, you mean James Bond?
Stop fucking about, Ripper. It's changing what's happening on the screen. But yeah, so just to quickly interject, maybe that's the reason why the evolution was there.
I think it wasn't an evolution; it's a devolution. It's going down.
Of course. But my point is,
it's a drop in quality.
Yeah, my point would still stand that it is. It's cheaper, isn't it? It's cheaper to throw a fucking slideshow together than it is to actually do cinematics. And again, we might be looking at a fucking vocal minority in forums going like, I don't want to see the cinematics. I just want to skip them and shoot things.
I'll skip them.
Yeah, this is a thing.
I'll skip them. This is it. You see it once, you don't need to bloody see it again, in my opinion, unless you actually really do enjoy seeing stuff like that. But what I'm going on about here is a massive drop. This isn't just, we had to budget and, it cost us too much. You hired fucking orchestras. You hired voice actors of high caliber. You got game designers who knew exactly what they were doing. And we don't see that in the later ones. And then we get onto XR Games' little treasure, as I like to call it, because that is beyond repulsive. Within 2 feet of you, you have absolutely everything just popping into existence. right? The
Yeah.
difference being is that you can have multiple items in a map, right? You can have them as static pictures if you want, but to have things lazily just pop in within 2 feet, and this isn't excusable in the instance of, oh, it happens now and again. It's
Consistent.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere, to the point that I was playing up to the mansion. And by the way, I haven't gotten further than the mansion yet again because I got to it and I was like, I can't, my eyes are hurting. I can't play this for more than a couple of hours. If I do, I feel eye ache
Yep.
because
Frame
nothing's
rate.
feeling right. Frame rate's going off the
Combination of frame from because I've had games like that as well, and it's a combination of a lot of things, but mainly for me anyway, frame rate and resolution. Like if the
Yeah.
frame rate isn't there, it isn't silky smooth. Even if sometimes you can't properly see it and you can't actually put your finger on it and identify it, it causes strain. It's one of the worst things you can possibly have in a VR game is that, like, you know, I always talk about it as far as in VR games as you know, as long as the game's graphics aren't burning the eyeballs out of my fucking sockets, then happy days. And the game
Yeah.
doesn't have to do a massive amount to not have that. I used to get it a hell of a lot on PSVR, the original one, Resident Evil 7, the one where you, I think it's 7, with the where you
Bioshock.
go into the house.
Biohazard, sorry. Yeah.
Is it by? Yeah, it is that one. Yeah, the one where you get your arm chopped off,
Ethan
your hand
Winters.
chopped off early. That's the one. That one. I mean, that was my fucking crucible into VR, and like
Also, one I'm going to be putting on my channel on the mobile ports, by the way, because I've got that as well.
burnt the fuck out of my retinas, and I felt like headachy as fuck after maybe half an hour, and then as I played it more, an hour, and then an hour and a half, and you know, I finally got used to it. But I don't want to play games like that I have to, like, it hurts to play them, and it's like I've never played Hitman VR. Like, you know, for me, the moment that I saw the demos, I think I might have even seen your gameplay of it. Where no, it was Mac in VR's that I saw first, where he walked up to like a low barricade on the first level, press A to vault. Fuck off. And then he goes over to a ladder, press A to climb. It's like,
oh yeah.
nah.
Do you know what?
So this isn't a VR game then, is it?
But no, hold up. Bear with me now, right? But even that, right? Even that I can forgive. Because I played mobile port games and I played flat screen games that have been brought into VR. Yes, it's not great. People who want to play VR want to play VR. They don't want to play a flat screen game in VR. They want to play VR. Get it completely. And even I agree. I would love everything to be me grabbing that bitch and dragging him into a fucking lock. Get your head in there, right?
Yeah.
But that's not what we got with it. Now, even that I played through. I accepted that and went, all right, well, he can't have everything. I paid 35 fucking quid for this thing, right? And I went, do you know what? I can forgive that. I can forgive that. The first map in Dubai doesn't look too bad. Yeah, there's a few bits popping in here and there. Okay, I'll forgive that too. The moment I walked into that fucking mansion's kitchen, every single fucking thing's going pop, 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 my eyes, I felt like I was having a fucking seizure. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I am not doing this. How did I spend my money on this? But it's like they trick people on purpose. So they designed the first one to be gorgeous, bearable. So people will go, fucking hell, I paid for this, but all right. I'll accept it. And then you get onto the second one, they're like, oh, fucking hell, man.
Simpler. It's simpler than that. It's simpler than that. What is the amount of
retards
play
like me who buy
time?
this shit?
What is the amount of play time before you can no longer refund the product?
Yeah,
2
was it
hours.
about? Yeah.
So, and it happens all the time.
To get through the first minute.
Again, it's a phrase that I use quite a lot as far as, especially in VR gaming as well, is where, like, you know, I've played lots of games where it's like, wow, this is really a really good start. This is a really good start. Wait, have they front loaded? And devs do it. And you know,
by the way,
you've got to front load to a certain extent because you've got to hit and grab your audience. But you know, a big company like that, well, they know what they're doing. Of course, they've done it on purpose. They'll front load so that before you know it, your 2 hours is up and you can't refund. And that, I don't think it's an industry standard. It just seems
You'd
like
know
selling
about this
fucking
actually,
snake
right?
oil to me, but there you go.
So
It's not
you'd
a
know
good way
about
to
this
build a
maybe a
good
bit more than
reputation.
me then, right? So IO Interactive and XR Games, right, getting that, they had to get the permission from IO, right? They had to get the permission from IO, and XR reached out to them to do it. Which one do you think it was?
Out of who? Sorry, say them again.
To get Hitman 3
Yeah.
right? Do you think IO reached out to them and went, "Hey, we think you're awesome. We'd like you to make a VR version of our game"? Or do you think XR went, "Can we do a version of your game"? And do you think that fucking IO Interactive turned around and went, "Well, you can, but we ain't giving you fuck all for it"?
Yeah, I'd like, I don't know which way back. Like, see, XR Games, they're the same ones that did Starship Troopers, aren't they?
Of which
And
the
Starship
campaign
Troopers,
I can't argue with. They actually put. They even had Rico, man. And the problem is that I want. Do you know what? I was thinking about this morning. I went, do you know what? I should try and get in contact with that fucking actor and give him some shit for fucking deploying an advert for that shit. Fucking shit. Yeah, I just proper went off on one. But no, it was a good game.
it was a good
Continuing was.
game. It was fucking spoiled by the fact that you couldn't even fucking talk to each other half the time.
No,
And when you
the
did, it was an
multiplayer was
absolute mess.
terrible.
Single player was great. Single player was
Yeah.
great. Multiplayer was a fucking mess.
So at the end of
I'm
the
trying
day,
to think what
technically,
else is in
this
the
isn't about
XR library.
this is about
'Cause
XR games, really. This is just
Hey,
bitching about
I
XR games.
would have personally said off of the back end of Starship Troopers, and I'm trying to scratch my head. I'm not great with knowing what company does what games. There's some that I know because they're standout, but XR's always been one that kind of fades into the background with
They
what
did
they do.
Zombieland. They did.
Zombieland was well done. I mean,
It was
you
on,
know,
yeah, but it's on rail shooter. How badly can you fuck that up, really?
that's what I was going to say next.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
It's like
one of those.
you can't fuck up a roller coaster ride, can you? So
I tell you what, as a nobody, I'll say this: XR, you'll never watch this, but if you do, stay in your fucking lane. Stay on the rails. You're better at it. Yeah, stay on the fucking rails.
Hey, the Starship Troopers, like I remember looking at the Starship Troopers game and thinking, like, well, yeah, it's a bit more arcadey than what
Even I
I
accepted
wanted,
it. Yeah.
but it did the job. And then the multiplayer was absolutely terrible, and that would have been what would have given that game legs. But they're also another company that's quick to abandon as well. Like I think there was one bug fix for Starship Troopers, and they didn't even fix really any of the bugs.
Oh, but they said
They
they were
didn't add
updating it.
anything. Oh no, they say plenty of company. Don't get me fucking started.
Oh, they're updating Hitman as well. That was a year ago. They were updating it. I can see the improvements. I'm getting at least 12 less plates appearing out of fucking nowhere.
Do you know why they? Do you know what
I'm
I think? Do you know what I think the snake oil salesman approach on that is? Well, if we put out a post saying that we're improving it, maybe those people that have bought it and have less than a couple of hours gameplay, but are kind of wrapped in around and in this culture that we all have to fucking revel in now of the day one patch, the week one patch, the week two patch, and all this lot. If we promise them that a patch is coming, well, maybe they'll just stick it out past the 14 days. And I genuinely think a lot of games are designed now, or at least some games are designed to hit that 2 hour
that was
or
more
14
playable
day benchmark.
Oh yeah.
Hey, early access
about
should
that
be
one
done
day.
by one type of. I personally think early access has only one place now, anyway, especially within VR, and that's the single man dev. They need something like early access because they don't have the team, they don't have all the ideas, they don't. In some circumstances, they don't have a clue. Not in the game development side of things, but in like advertising, marketing, and just very basic shit. But then again, you know, that's their particular brand of autism. I don't want to fucking know about all of that. I really like making fucking games. I want to make the games. I've heard that line towed, and it's a completely valid one as well. So
yeah. So to end my one, Hitman 3 VR Reloaded on standalone. I'm saying that specifically because I don't know how well PlayStation version plays, and I don't know how well the PC version plays. But
better
the
as I
standalone
understand it.
version, I'd imagine so. But either way, do not buy the standalone version. Save
What's the
your money.
price?
In fact, wait until December and buy. Was it called Burn It Down? Because that looks freaking awesome. That looks awesome, dude. No, that is Gloomwood. If you've never heard of a game by New Blood, it's a similar mindset, right? So it's got you in that sort of thief sort of scenario. And this is why I thought Devil might like that as well, because it's very
Yeah, I
thief
saw the link you sent
in
me.
its execution. And then I saw the shotgun, and I was like,
That was just for the viewers at home, just to try and keep this like PG. That was the loading of the shotgun that he was
you
doing.
didn't see.
Yeah, click, 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 click. Yeah, that's what he was doing. Definitely. Yeah, he wasn't enjoying it either. Well, maybe he was enjoying it a little bit.
You will not
No, that
enjoy
looks
this.
like that game. I will definitely take a look at it. That game looks like the antithesis of what I've always spoke about as far as VR is concerned, because it doesn't look like you're taking much more down than collections of circles and triangles together. It doesn't look a beautiful
Exactly what
game,
you said,
but
yeah.
it does look solid. The frame rate, I watched Ripper's video on it as well. Just
Look
he's
good, yeah.
done a little video on it. And it looks solid. You know, I have said before, it's like, you know, if the gameplay is solid, the gameplay loop is good and involving, and there's a decent amount of content. Your environment's made up of triangles and circles and squares? Well, that's fine by me. I'm surprised somebody like you, Ripper, would actually play that, being a graphics tart that you are. Please go on. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I do this thing where I sling shit, and then if it sticks.
Hey, I'm doing that on my channel at the moment, and I'm slinging a lot of shit right now. But yeah, go on. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's a good demo. You've got nearly an hour's worth of gameplay in the demo. That's not bad.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
And did. And did.
Can you stick it in their red eye though? Yeah. That's fine. I can dream. I can imagine.
Graphics card. God, it's always with the blood and the gore and the
Not the blood
visual.
and the gore and the
Like,
blah 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 blah.
give me, like, I've said it before and I've said it again. Give me gameplay over graphics. I'm too fucking long in the tooth in gaming now to be wowed by graphics. I've had too many games. I actually approached. Do you remember? Do we all remember Senwa's Sacrifice
Yes,
as a game?
I remember.
I remember looking at that initially and going, "Oh, it sounds like a great concept, but I know exactly what these games do. They lure you in with these amazing graphics, and then there's just nothing there."
The
And I
Order
was
1866.
pleasantly, yes, I was pleasantly surprised with Senwa Sacrifice. That was a defining one of those like gaming, one of those games that I played through and will remember. I may have even played it through a couple of times. It was a really good playthrough, and it was solid on everything. And that because it was solid on everything, I'm not usually a sort of person to get involved in a game storyline. And I think part of that is
That
like a
was
bit of
actually
a.
quite good.
It was a great storyline, But I think part of that is it might be a little bit of a defense mechanism of my own that I've kind of worked in through the ages, in that, I've played games where they're really, really good, but the story's shit. But that doesn't matter because the gameplay is solid. But I've also played ones where the story could be amazing, but it's like the gameplay. This isn't a game, it's just rubbish. And so, like, a lot of games, it's like, oh well, if they're going to concentrate on story, it's probably not for me. I'll go read a book or I'll go watch a film. Those are the mediums that I like
See,
to
I
consume
like the mix of
story in.
both.
I
So I
do,
think
but
you do
the
too,
gameplay
because of
needs to
Legacy of
be
Kain.
good. The gameplay needs to be like Legacy of Kain. The gameplay was revolutionary at the time. The fact that you were playing as the bad guy was not a going trend trope or something that was doing. And then because you got hooked, or for me, I got hooked by the gameplay and the bad guy, all of a sudden I was invested in the story.
Yeah.
And I think too many developers try and do it the other way around. Oh yeah, we've got a story to tell in VR. Fuck your story, dude. I want a good game, and then
Yeah.
I'll invest.
With a story
Integrated,
attached would be nice. A game with a
yeah,
story attached, not a
yeah,
story with a game
and
attached.
a story attached that you can engage in if you want to. That is always. But again, these are a lot of difficult things that are difficult
Gears of War
to
2.
negotiate. I'm not a fan of Gears.
The only reason I should say that is because that was one of those games that you wouldn't expect anyone to enjoy the story of, because it's full of fucking beastie goes with trained swords on their fucking guns, right? Blow shit up, you blow shit up. But that moment that Dom finds his wife in the second game, that fucking had me bad, man. That made me even go, I couldn't give a fuck about most of humanity, honestly. But that sort of made me just go, oh shit, dude. Oh, bro. Oh shit, dude.
I
Oh shit.
I don't
And that was
even
mental,
remember.
man.
I don't even
It was
remember
a
which.
Tuesday.
Yeah, it was Tuesday. I've played a lot of the Gears of War games. I couldn't tell you which one's which. They all felt
Fair.
much of a muchness to me. Again, I was there for the gameplay. It was amazing chainsawing stuff in half. But for me, Gears of War was always like, oh man, does everything have to be this bullet spongy? God, can they just go
Oh,
down? So yeah,
multiplayer was the worst for that,
yeah,
because
yeah,
you
no,
had
it's
the
fucking terrible.
sponginess and the
Absolutely
lag.
terrible.
So you had a good mix of the lag and the
But then
sponginess all mashed into
I'm,
one, and
I'm,
it was a
I'm not
nightmare.
saying it's a bad game. It just wasn't my tastes. Which, if you're done with the Hitman side of
I am.
things, maybe that's a great segue for another game that is not my taste or my cup of tea. And that game in VR would be the one that we all had a play of recently, which would be Moro Moro. I don't know if you've got a graphic for that. Here it comes. He's already done it. I'm waiting for him to catch up. There you go. Perfect. So yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I should start the charge on Moro Moro. The only thing that I will say is it is a good and technically sound game. I personally have had some problems. I haven't seen a lot of people report it back, but I'm chatting with the developers to see if I can get the little problems. I mean, I say little problems, they're kind of becoming big problems as far as progression. I'm hoping to show the game off on my channel on Wednesday. Yeah, I think, Poise, you're probably going to be actually, no, I
I'd
haven't
say
heard
Ripper.
any. I know what you think about it, and I think you know where I am going to go with this, but let's hear what Ripper thinks first. Yep. Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
god, you are
really?
so boring.
You have
Hey, no, no, no,
your
no, no, no. I'm there with you. The thing is, you pick what you like, and again, it's one of the things that's good with the progression on that to an extent is you can get a lot of your unlocking done regardless of your loadout. But the game does force you to look at other loadouts to unlock further things, which is good. It's a good way to know you like what you like and not really a fan of the other things. I've settled in on a weapon combination that I like as well. The other ones are okay, but mine will be different to yours, which will probably be different to Poise's. But yeah, carry on. Sorry.
You shut your whore mouth. No, no. Oh, you've gone further than me then. Shit, yeah. See, I looked at ranked and went, ooh, and then I saw that it stuck you in a weapon set. I was like, fuck you. I'll do what I want. Fuck that.
And you'll be a bit, yeah, you'll be a bit one-dimensional. Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that approach either, I might add. I mean, as people who look at games and either review or do first impressions or just show them off, and whichever approach you do, I do think you have to have a look at everything to kind of see the scope of the content and kind of show it off as well. Because the thing is, like, people might see your weapon combinations and be like, oh man, that's a bit fucking boring. So what I'm hoping to do on Wednesday is show multiple runs with the different weapon combinations, because somebody will go, oh, that's like fucking Quake, and I used to love that weapon. Oh, that's like fucking Doom, and I was always a fan of the chain gun. That's like blah blah blah, and I was always a fan of
There
blah
is
blah
one
blah
that
and
is the
blah blah
chain
blah.
gun. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I like that one. This is the thing, right? Exactly. Everybody chooses their own style. Now, the thing is, the legs are where it gets a bit squiffy, in my opinion, right? First one
yeah, I
is
think
just
they're a bit
default.
underwhelming.
That's fine. Well, this is the thing, right? Is that I actually like the difference between just having bog standard legs and then the ones that allow you to drift, because you can use the drift ones to give yourself a bit of oomph. However, I can't believe I'm saying this. I want them to nerf the last ones, because
What,
the
hover?
yeah, that I mean, for me, because I was so used to having to be able to try and make my own air.
Hmm.
So trying to get my own air up and not actually sort of going boing, oh, I can just do that instantly and hold myself. Don't get you wrong, it doesn't make you invincible, not in the
No.
slightest. If you can float around and get hit multiple times because you're on the same level going round.
Well, it's
But
also because you're moving slower. But yeah, go on.
yeah, but I found that I don't know. It felt like those three sets were sort of meant as a. That's what you get, and then you get onto the last one, and you don't need any others. But I don't know. For me, I was like, I prefer the
Funny,
drift.
I'm still on the first set. I
Oh,
thought
well, yeah,
the middle set didn't suit me because there's not enough platform to
yeah,
get
yeah. The
use
moment you
out of
start
the drift.
sliding,
Yeah, and then
you
you're fucking flying off the edge or what have you. And so to get something out of the drifting, because it does make you quick and maneuverable, but to get something out of the drifting, you either have to stay in the same area, so you then lose out on movement, and staying in the same area is quite difficult on that game, because as soon as those again, I won't go too much into the gameplay, but as soon as the visitors pop up, the ones that you need to fucking claw because they're invincible, you need to be
yeah.
fucking tearing around that map, taking them out quick sharp, especially on brutal, because it's their rain of fucking orbital shots that will kill you.
Oh, so is that
Funnily,
doing
you
it?
yes, it is them
Yeah,
that's doing it.
what
Funnily,
was
you
the
say
point of
about
talking me
the you got the last set of legs and that's all you need. I will look at those because I do kind of like the idea of kind of the way
Hopefully you
I
can hear me
envision
now,
those
guys.
hover legs.
Sorry about
Say
that.
again.
Sorry, the chat couldn't hear me. I had it on the
Oh, okay.
wrong
Oh,
audio
hello,
channel.
chat.
Brilliant.
Hello,
Oh,
Jeff.
no.
Everyone's here, you
How-
guys.
Wait, how
That's
long
right.
have you
Maybe
been
because we're talking too much, it might be that.
Oh, well.
So with the hover legs, because I haven't really played much with the hover legs
Cut the
yet,
first bit.
but with the hover legs, I envisage kind of like just circling around the outside of the level and then using your boosts and landing and then jumping and like circling back around
Yeah,
again.
that's pretty much what I
I'm
did too with
still
it.
using, but then it's a different way. Like it might not be the fucking bombastic, constantly using your grapple and fucking double jump and fucking platform slamming. It may not be the bombastic way that
Oh,
you
that
want to
feels
play it.
so good. That
It
does.
does, but I do
Oh.
appreciate the fact of being
Yeah.
able to pull back and just fucking hoover the level with your firepower. That kind of has an appeal. Like I'm all for them experimenting and adding different things that changes the style of play. So, but as long as it's not like you have to use this leg if you want to make any progress, or you have to really be using this weapon. They all feel well, I've unlocked most of them now, and most of the weapons feel impactful. Some of them are just downright unusable, but I think that's down to me and the way that I like to play a game.
Thanks, Steve.
And as
Appreciate
far
it, mate.
as far as the legs are concerned, I'm still using the default set. So yeah,
That's that. Hey, no, I'm happy to. I'm actually happy to hear that you're popping.
I'm still using the default set because and I barely use the grapple as well.
Oh.
I've found the way that the way that I've been gaming it is I'll find a nice flat open thing area on the level, and there usually is one that is high up, and then I will jump, and then you point your controller up and hold the dash, double dash into the air, slam back
Wait,
down.
does it work that way?
Yeah, you just point up
Oh,
and go.
man.
Dash,
Did you even fucking
dash,
play the
dash,
game?
dash. You
Like
can do it
next
any
he'll be
direction
like,
you want.
oh, and this is Silver's particular
I thought
brand
it
of
was, no,
autism.
hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I thought it was like wherever you were facing. I thought that's how
No,
the dash
wherever
works.
you're
You
pointing,
telling
you can
me
do it behind
Control
you.
the
Up.
you're
direction.
pointing?
I know what it's going to be, or after either during or after this podcast.
He's off.
Voice is going to be like, oh yeah, this is Silver's particular brand of autism. He fucking learns all the things within a game and learns how to play it. It's like, no, this is basic shit. Learn how to play your game. Learn, man. Learn.
So I don't use the dash. I find the nearest lamppost in the game, and I just fucking launch my ass up, and that's what I do the entire time. I occasionally use a dash if I need to get to a wall to run across, or
yeah. So I played that game. I was like, I'm Mary Poppins, yo. I feel like I'm Mary Poppins in that game. I'm literally. I have this hand up so that I can double dash when I'm like, trying to clear an area, or what have you. I'll have
I've
this
got to try
thumb
this
up,
now, for fuck's sake.
and then I'll jump, double dash into the air. That then gives you the height that means that your slam does a decent AoE, and I believe because the sound effect changes, the further you drop, I think it does more damage. But I turned the numbers off quite quickly on that game because I don't want to see
You don't like
numbers.
his numbers.
I fucking hate that. It's like it ruins the immersion for me in games. And I really like, don't get me wrong, as somebody who likes to really take a fucking deep dive on a game, I need the numbers. But when I'm showing the game off, I don't want the numbers. Like I turn the numbers off in Pistol Whip. I would turn the numbers off in IBU if I can. They're like, I never played Borderlands because you couldn't turn the numbers off.
Yeah, right.
And I really wanted to play Borderlands because it looked great. And there was lots of my friends playing it.
So what's it called?
Borderlands.
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 Borderlands, whatever.
Borderlands.
I believe you can call it either. Borderlands or
I didn't
Borderlands.
know. I played Borderlands 1, 2, 3, and 4. I also played Borderlands 2.
I played Borderlands VR recently. That was fun, but that's another
Oh,
time
look,
to talk
he
about.
calls it Borderlands, you fucking scum.
I played Borderlands, don't you know?
It's not Spider-Man, it's Spider-Man.
I like that.
Batman.
Superman.
Pronunciate your words,
Superman.
simpleton. Hey, look, yeah, Borderlands, but look, I never even played that shit.
Nah,
Anyway,
I know,
so-
Do you know,
but
that'd
yeah,
be really
I
cool in
never even
VR,
played
to be
that
fair.
because I never even played that because you couldn't turn the numbers off. That was the simple
I find it
be
tough
all
that
and
you
end
have
all.
it there.
And again, I'm guilty of doing this with a lot of games, and it's so that I can eliminate them. Because we've all been there when you're like looking at the like you're looking at games that are on sale or various bits and pieces, and one of the ways that I make sure that I don't have to A, remortgage, B, go bankrupt, or C, have such a burgeoning library of games that I don't know what I want to play, which still happens, I might add.
Same.
I will look at games and
I
I'll
know
be
what you
like,
mean.
no, I don't like this, so I'm not playing that, and I don't like this, so I'm not playing that. It has led me to completely miss games that are actually really good. Resident Evil 4, the first time, and I'm a massive, or I'd like to consider myself a massive Resident Evil fan. I never played Resident Evil 4 back in the day because it didn't have zombies in it. It had people that were infected, not zombies.
Yeah.
And I was used to Resident Evil. Resident Evil has zombies. So I did not play 4. I played 5, and it kind of justified everything that I thought about 4. And I played 6, and that also justified everything that I
that's
thought
the
about
problem,
4.
though. That's the problem, though.
Then by me having this, again, peculiar brand of autism where I won't play a thing if it doesn't do what the brand is known for, I went back.
I'm guilty
My
of it.
first experience of Resident Evil 4 was standalone and in VR. And that was great because I didn't know
Bloody good.
what was coming. And then this approach actually pushes me on to like a kind of my approach for PC VR is that it's a pain in the ass for me to do. Everything always seems to fucking go wrong. I can never get that level of consistency. But ultimately, because I don't play PC VR games exclusively, I don't know what I'm missing out on. And therein lies.
Ignorance is bliss, dear man.
Give me that fucking
Give me that
blue
bliss.
pill. Give me that fucking blue pill. I will happily take that blue pill.
Old Italian saying, I didn't know nothing, I didn't hear nothing, I wasn't there, and if I was there, I was asleep.
The Matrix is telling me that this juicy steak tastes succulent. Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah.
Yeah, ciphering it all the way. But Marrow really is quite interesting, to the point that I actually read half of the bestiary that they've got in there for the ones that I'd already scanned.
Oh,
And it
nice.
was just interesting
I did that for the weak points, but yeah, carry on.
See, yeah, you did it for the weak points, but I sort of went, oh, that's fascinating, and then I learnt about the fact that some of the enemies' knees are weak, or other parts of them are softer than others, or weaker than others. Those freaking floating skulls, man, not the normal ones that you get, the ones
laser
that you get in.
ones,
Oh
yeah.
my god, they are a nightmare.
Yeah.
I want to get rid of those first and foremost because
fast
they
as
are just
possible.
annoying little turds.
Couple of
100%.
points that I would
Blimey.
have for you, gents, because again, like definitely Poise, obviously by his own admission, probably Ripper as well. You're fucking fair weather gamers, the pair of you. So a couple of things that I might point
Weather
out
is
for
right,
you on the tips and tricks side of things. Turn auto aim off to begin with.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, so get the aim assist off because then you can actually aim for those weak points, whereas
Yep.
with the aim assist on, you can't.
Just hits the body.
Yeah, the only thing that I would like to see is I've now found that with the aim assist off, some of the weaponry you almost have to look down your nose to get the shoulder cannon to hit where you want it. So I think that needs I think that needs adjusting slightly, but that's a small thing. What was the other one? There was something else as well. I'll come back to it. I'll be reminded by you guys talking about Maru. But yeah, the turning the auto aim off for me was quite a big one because then all of a sudden you can actually hit the weak points. The auto aim, I might add, is a great way to start, but it almost feels like it's something that everybody starts off with. Like I was getting to brutal and I was like, I can't kill them quickly enough. I quickly identified that it's those fucking the visitors, the ones that are invincible. You have to kill them fast.
Whip them out.
Oh, that was my other tip and trick as well. For maximum choices during your build, make sure that you don't get hit during a wave. I don't know if we've done this yet or not.
No.
And that silence is a resounding no from my colleagues in arms as far as the podcast is concerned. So if you don't get hit, you get the unscathed award. Bear in mind, I can only pull that off in I think I've done it once in hard. I can do it reasonably consistently in normal and easy. You just keep moving and make sure you take out the visitors and anything that fires at you quick sharp. And then by not taking a hit, you get a fourth choice during your upgrades. So when you look at the yes,
I was
wondering. It does say at the top, unscathed.
I wasn't paying attention to that. I was trying to
obviously.
I don't even.
But again, like I jumped onto. I only found that out because I jumped onto easy because I was like, right, I want to unlock all the weapons as quickly as possible. But some of them you have to get a kill with a particular weapon, and some of the weapons are a bit weak. Especially the shoulder cannons for actually getting kills because that's not the for. They're like supplementing
the beam
your
one
firepower.
that goes upwards.
The beam one seems, if you're close enough, seems to be an insta kill on a lot of enemies.
Yeah,
but
impactful.
if you're far away, I don't know. I found that one a little bit. I think that's the least impactful. The best one is probably the railgun, but then you go back to I've now turned auto aim off, and this whole having to look down your nose to aim the shoulder cannon. And that thing is incredibly precise, but it's
does
really
it go through more than
powerful.
one? Because I tried to shoot through more than one enemy, and it didn't kill the one behind. It just killed the one in front.
You've got the railgun shoulder one.
Yeah, it was one direct beam after you
maybe
have to
it is
basically
just
run
one.
with that one.
I mean, if you look at the damage, it's 190, which is like
useful for the bigger enemies.
2 or 3 times more effective than the rest of the shoulder cannon weaponry, and its recharge rate is half as well. So it's supposed to be zap, zap, zap quite consistently. If I could just remember to keep firing it, I'd be amazing at that game. I really would. Like the thing is, there's actually I keep on hearing a ticking noise, and I'm like, oh, shit, is my combo running out? No, it's the cooldown on the fucking shoulder cannon, and
that thing's fast. That recharge is quite fast.
On the railgun, it is. On everything else, it seems painfully slow. On everything else, it seems painfully slow. I really like the shoulder cannon in that game. I just wish I could remember to press the button to fucking use it. And you've got so many other buttons to press. So the dual howitzers is fucking great, and I love the auto cannon as well. I wish the burst would just last a little bit longer. That is just in case the devs are watching this, and I'll talk about it on Wednesday as well. I'd like to see power ups that make them last a bit longer. Like, that the auto cannon, I don't know, increase its cooldown time so that it's got a hurt me, help me, increase its cooldown time by half or a little bit, but make it so that, the auto cannon fires for longer, or you fire an extra few shells on the howitzer, or the beam does a double, like that would be amazing. Like a proper,
you know what? Because I think your character is a machine, isn't it? I'm sure
it stomps around like one.
You're slamming around like a freaking machine on gong, 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 like that. So, if anything, I'd have to say this game has the Anakin effect, if you know what I mean by that. I want more, and I know I shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's the Anakin. I mean, I want more, and I think I should. I want more.
No, it's like what is there is good enough for a game of its price, I'd say.
No, definitely. It's got enough in it for a game of its price, I would agree.
Yes.
But it is a game that is, it feels like a fleshed out tech demo, if that makes sense.
I can see where you're coming from.
What I'd want to see from something like Maro, and I don't see why they couldn't, is like, I get that it's arenas and it's an arena-based shooter, but they've already shown in the tutorial in the gym, and I think it's just the tutorial in the gym, that they could have a longer kind of gauntlet-y style level.
I like that idea.
Sorrento did a fucking great job of this.
That was a classic.
Sorrento is, in essence, an arena shooter, kind of in the style of Moro. And the other problem that I have with Moro as well is it's got fucking big shoes to fill for me when it's, for me, trying to go into the same genre as Hellsweeper. So on a value, like I do get that Morrow is a faster shooter than Hellsweeper. You know, the fact that you can fucking time stop almost in Hellsweeper is a thing, and Morrow is a little bit different. I just personally like to see like more, and I don't think I'm bad for wanting more. I want more weaponries. I want more arenas. The one thing that I did like is their selection of, in particular, the visitors. I thought the visitors were great. So for those of you at home that don't know what the visitors are, they are enemies that are completely invincible to every weapon that you have other than the grapple, and you have to grab onto them and pull to destroy them.
Unless you get an ability to change that.
Yes, one step at a time. And you have to use the grip to do it. What that then does is it forces the player's hand. I found quite quickly that I could stay in a large area and just fucking jump up and down and slam whilst clearing the way and shooting everything, right? And then what the visitors do when they occasionally spawn in is
so I could have just
have to traverse. You have to. Yeah, you just point up and hold the
just
trigger.
point any direction, Poise, then click.
Hey there, Silver Tongue Devil doing tips in 30 ticks. If you're like Poise and don't know the basic controls that you've been taught, to be fair, it's the first thing that I looked at. I was like, right, is it vision-based dashing or is it controller-based? And
I always felt that it was just stuck on a path because
your movement is vision-based. Your movement is vision-based. Your dash is whichever the way the controller is. Interestingly, as well, with the grapple, which I haven't mastered yet, definitely not. But with the grapple, when you attach onto a point, the way that you pull determines which way you go.
You just do that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm doing usually bigger sweeping motions. So if you grapple onto, say, a structure and you want to go to the left of it, you pull right and it will shoot you past the structure to the left of it. So it's opposites. I don't know if I like that yet or not, that it's opposites or not. I don't know if that's intuitive, but it works. So the only thing that I didn't like on it, go on.
I'm just so the dash would work after a catapult, or would it do what it usually does, which is cut off your drop?
So you can grapple yourself up, and then you can dash up
and then
dash everywhere. Yeah, just.
So does the momentum carry with that? Because I know when you dash forward, it drops all momentum.
No. As soon as you dash, it goes into the dash momentum, and then you drop after the dash. So you could be like propelling yourself, and then dash, and then it will drop. So you could be like.
The problem with dash is it's not as fast. It's not as fast as grapple. So what happens is if you are grappling around the arena, but if you grapple around the arena and you're doing it effectively, then you technically can't be touched. Like that's what I do is I'll find a place that's good to sit, like especially on brutal. Again, I believe it's kind of the meta, but then the game mixes it up by forcing you to have to take those visitors on because they're the ones that do the orbital cannons on you, and they're the things that will fucking end you on brutal in quick order. But if you go for one visitor and then another and then another and then another and then kill them all and then return to your spot, and then you can carry on the level. But again, it's that kind of game, you know, you find a way to do it, but then the way that I do it will be different to the way that you do it, and so on, because you're using the hover legs. So doing what I'm doing, the hover legs would be ineffective for. So my point is there's definitely different play styles for different weapons and for different folks. Is what I would have said.
On this note of playing,
different folks.
What time are you streaming it on Wednesday? Because I was also going to stream it on Wednesday.
Well, so I've started doing a Wednesday VR variety stream.
Yes.
So basically what I'm doing, and again, for anybody who's content creating or whatnot, copy me, it seems like a great idea, is that I've identified in a little bit of downtime that I have that the live streams that I do, and then occasionally in my live streams, I'll like chop off an hour and do another game, or I'll do a game for an hour at the start, and then we'll do what I call an after party where I'll go and play something else, and it's a little less me being hyper.
A little bit of this idea.
Pinch it,
a little bit
dude.
Of this.
Pinch it all.
But what I do during my... It was more like, fuck, what am I supposed to do today? What am I going to play today? What the fuck am I going to play today? Oh, no, I'll play these 2 games. So I just Monday morning mashed up it. Yeah, I was just like, I'll do that instead. Which, because you can cut them off and then segregate them off. And
you can do it as well. You can do it as well. But basically what I do is on my Wednesdays, I'll do my live stream and I'll do one game for an hour, and then I'll pull it all down and do another game for an hour, and then pull that all down and do another game for an hour. Then I make 2 copies of the live stream and chop them all into their individual segments. And what you get on the benefit of the live stream as well, because I've got a lot of people that will watch me from start to finish now. Granted, not all of them are awake by the time we hit the 50 hour, but they're still there. They're still there. And what I think this does for the algorithm, because I've seen this mentioned in the past by various things, is that by taking a 3-hour live stream and cutting it down to the first game, the hour, that first hour has an incredible amount of watch time because it was 3 hours but cut down to an hour. And we know that the algorithm loves watch time. Yeah. So I think that's part of the reason why that initial video is getting a boost. And then I found just as much success again by launching the other 2 videos as separate videos. So, I mean, by success, I'm talking in its modicum, in that a live stream I'll get maybe 200, 300, 400, 500 views or something along those lines, which isn't great for the size of my channel, but it's a start. But then I've found that the other 2 videos that I will launch afterwards that are made up from that are getting the same number of views. So to answer your question, Wednesday 8 p.m. is when I'll be doing it. I'm planning on doing Morrow first.
Nice, because I'm going to do it in the haptic vest on the morning. I'm sort of planning on doing it with pain.
Yeah, well,
so
cool.
We'll find out about it.
The likelihood is I won't do Morrow first thinking on, because I've got Morrow from Keymailer. They actually approached me back in sort of like February, March, when I was going to take my little break just in case we were under it as well. Don't take a break in VR. Keep on doing content. You'll lose momentum. I did. I might have lost momentum because I left it too long. But anyway, I got a copy of Morrow from Keymailer. They actually messaged me back in March, which was when I was planning on having my break. So I didn't want to commit to showing a game off. Like, if I'm taking a key from a developer, you better believe that they're getting some fucking coverage out of it as a thank you at the very least.
Yeah.
And I didn't, to be fair, I didn't even get back to them. I also looked at the game and I was like, nah, it's too fast paced. It's not my kind of thing, which again, I'll maintain as well. For me, it isn't my cup of tea. It's not that's not to say that it's not a well done game. It's very smooth. The frame rate's there. And
which way is he? Is he that way or is he that way?
He's down below you.
Yeah, if you.
He's down below you.
Methodical and well planned. Absolute chaos, adrenaline filled lunacy. Kind of in between. That's
it. That's it.
Yeah, just do this. You'll get us all.
It's either that way, that way.
I just jump in and find out. That's all I do, mate.
I do the same, but then for me, it's about analysis. Like, I don't consider myself particularly good at games, but what I am able to do is I'm able to find out how to get better at that game. Like, it's the one that I would like to put on our library next for VR is this Hyperbullet. And it's I've mentioned it before, it's a point blanky style of game, a light gun shooter game. And it's one, because it's a roguelike shooter, you don't even need to be a good shot. You can get good at that game and it be all about the build. Being able to hit your targets is obviously reasonably important, but you don't have to hit every single target every time without missing a shot. if you build correctly. Hell, you can even build into builds that deliberately miss a shot or deliberately miss shots at key times. And like that game, free to play, is an absolute travesty and fucking sticks it in the nose of, or sticks it in the face rather, of a lot of other VR games there. Like, you know, they have done, like, that game should not be free to play. No fucking way. Not with the amount that's in there and the level of content. But then on top of that, the gameplay.
Same can be said for Iron Strike and a few.
Iron Strike kind of had to, because I just don't think it got the. I mean, I didn't want to see Iron Strike go free to play because it then automatically gets infested with kids. But if then that free to play has got the dev more money, well, it's kind of a failure of the VR platform more than anything else.
It's gotten you a bit more attention as well, because you at least get several children going.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Great. Remember, if you want to join me on my streams, it's 18 plus. It's 18 plus. If you want to try and sneak your way in, I will be asking fucking dates of birth.
And if you're under 18, we will be requiring your mum's credit card and at least £250.
I better have the answer quickly, and you better know your star sign.
It's for the special star fantastic membership. It's the one where we get you a sticker that we put right in the middle of your head like that, and then it's go.
I'm happy to do the kind of wrap up on Morrow, unless you guys want to talk some more on it a little bit.
We got another topic and after Morrow.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, of course, no. I mean wrap up on this.
Pretty much wrapped up.
Happy to wrap up there. Yeah.
So the only thing that I was going to just add quickly on it as well is, unfortunately, I've had some problems with Morrow. Now I know you had the same thing a couple of times on a couple of occasions where you just got booted back to the main menu. I've had that
3 times.
I've had that very infrequently. I have had. I mean, I am doing longer play sessions as well. These problems usually start creeping in after 2 or 3 hours, and the game just hard crashes for me. It's on the Garden of Hands level 2 or Terminus, which are the last 2 sections. And I think it's when the pawns, the fucking mountains come up. I think it's something to do with those. But I've said it, I've pointed it out to the developer, and they're like, yeah, thanks for reporting this, because no one's fucking said nothing. So there's even the possibility that it's a fucking me problem because of how old my headset is, and that it overheats potentially. Is
mate,
these are all things that
it could, right?
Yeah, Quest 3, but it's fucking old. So, and I'm not running any other software. I'm not Quest optimizing.
Was it made out of fucking paper mache? What?
Possibly. It gets very hot. It gets my headset gets very hot very quickly. And if I put MetaQuest Developer on, fuck me, do I feel that? So I have got a fan. It does work, but it doesn't do a lot. So yeah, I've had a couple of problems with it. It might be worth seeing if they do an update now, because of the length of session and the way that the game is. It isn't a major problem, but it can impede your progress in the game, which is why I should have had everything unlocked in the first day, but because of these little crashes,
I expected you to.
I couldn't, because it was like I'd go back and I'd be like, right, well, I almost completed that run then, but it crashed. Go back in. Oh, good, it saved none of my progress.
It's like 25 minutes a run as well. So.
Well, I mean, I'd say. Yeah, well, I don't know. I haven't timed myself. The runs feel. I was going to say the runs feel faster than that. It does nail. I mean, to leave on a positive note, it does nail what it aims to do. It's a fast-paced, Quake Arena style shooter. The enemies and the graphics aren't anything amazing to look at. They don't need to be. It does what it says on the tin. The animations.
You was in my head there. I was like, it's like Ronsil. It's like fucking Ronsil, mate. That's exactly what it says on the fucking
tin. The graphics, they're doing what they need to do. The frame rate is good. The enemy animations are good. The only thing that I would like to see is when you do the power stomp and kill enemies, that it fucking sends them up and away
That
like,
would be cool. But they just pop, really. But
Agent Smith. A lot of the time they just keel over, or they go, they drop a little bit. But everything says that those stomps are fucking powerful, and I just like to see enemies get lifted and sent. Only when they die, if they're not dying, then it doesn't matter. But I'll mention it to
a lot of them just go for me.
Yeah, or if you're mentioning things to them, get them to get their Discord up on their bloody YouTube channel. If you're in contact with them, get them to get their bloody Discord up on that YouTube channel, because people will want to get in on this. Yeah, because I wanted to get in on this, but trying to get their Discord was like pulling freaking teeth. So, but you know what you're doing. Yeah, but I'm lazy and cheap and scumbag.
Fair enough. It'll be something that I usually make a point of adding to the little videos that I chop up. Yeah, that's probably where I got it.
Where I got it, yeah.
Cool. Right. Unless there's anything further. So yeah, my end statement on Moro, actually really well done game. Not my style, but I found it very playable. So it's if anything, it's too fast paced for me, but I can play those games and they are good. And this one is, and it's a great little micro session game. It's the sort of thing that you could go on, do a couple of runs, play something else. So
definitely, I call it totally agree.
12 superhero landings out of 10.
Yeah, nice. and it'll probably be 15 out of 10 now that you know how to fucking dash.
I mean, you can't believe the whole time I played that, I just didn't fucking know you could, because I was like, oh, okay, because I'd look in the direction and I'd go, oh.
Yeah,
just sort of I was like, why am I not?
Whereas, as I said, I play the game like fucking Mary Poppins. I've constantly got the equivalent of an umbrella in my hands, and I'm and then you add the shooting, and then remembering to do the shoulder cannon. That's my biggest problem with it. The other, just to finish, the other thing that I'd like to see as well is a better system than holding grip to engage the heavy weapon. My suggestion to the devs would be a double tap of trigger and hold activates the heavy weapon, and a single tap and hold single taps activates the primary weapon. That then means that you free up grip. I'm not a fan of games that rely on grip as a function, because when I'm holding a pistol in my hand, it's very natural for me to hold grip. So, but again, that's just a me thing, I think, maybe. I don't know. I found, saying to boys, my poor flesh, it's not used to scraping against the trigger and pressing trigger. No, I'm like, look, it's red. It's red there. Red pieces. I have to take my rings off to play the game. Fucking
by Marrow, it drains blood.
Yeah. It was a really good one on battery life as well.
Yeah, it really is. It's really good.
Really well optimized by the looks of things. So yeah, hopefully onwards and upwards, and they do some support for it.
And if you get it on PC, then you don't seem to have any of the meta problems, because I've had none whatsoever in about 7 hours of gameplay on it. So brilliant.
How much does your PC cost, by the way?
Well, when I bought it, it cost about $5,000, and now it's worth about $7,000.
So you too, for the reasonable price of $5,000, and getting it on Steam will have no meta issues. Yeah.
Whereas if you're
you know what, I'll save the $5,000 and just get the devs to sort this shit out on the meta version.
Or get a Steam frame. Yeah.
Yeah, Steam frame. But yeah. Next.
Okay, so we're on to our next subject, guys, which is, if I can get it up, there we go. Flat screen games that we would want to see in VR.
Ooh. I'll go first because I'm really quick. Anything from the X-Wing / TIE Fighter series.
Oh,
next.
Okay. That's...
The older, the better, because I'd imagine they could do them really fucking well.
Yeah.
And, and if you want to throw a little remaster in there for me, happy days. But if I was looking at wireframe X-Wing and TIE Fighters and Star Destroyers, I'd be quite happy.
You know what, mate? That's a great idea.
But there is a game coming out. I don't know if it's soon. I'm pestering the developer reasonably regularly so I can get playing it when it's available. Is Remnant Protocol. Looks like
it's in my wish list.
Fucking bang on.
It's been in my wish list for ages.
If you wanted something similar in vibe to the X-Wing versus TIE Fighter right now, I would, and it's actually quite cheap, recommend Enchanti gave this one to me. Rogue Stargun, I think it's called.
Isn't that the
No
one where you actually
roguelike.
have to hold the thing like in your hand, like you've got
Yeah,
the ship in your hand, haven't you?
I think so, but I think you
Yeah.
can use the sticks as well. But it's got the whole, like, you know, it's got the whole power management. It's got a wing commander. Wing commander's another one. Wing commander-esque story-ish elements to it. But a lot of the story is played out through the missions, through comms as you're playing. So if you're like me, you can be like, just fucking radio silence. I'm trying to shoot everything down right now. Fuck off. I'm not listening. So, but yeah. So for me, I think there's a massive lack, and I think we touched on this last time. I think there's a massive lack of, like, be they arcadey or sim, but just decent sci-fi flight simulators. I know there's some regular ones. You know, War of the Pacific, the World War one, which I wasn't a fan of, and
I've got a
there's some
space one
modern
that's a
ones
bit
as
like
well.
Elite Dangerous called Revria. That's basically a one dev game, but it's actually really impressive for what they've done with it. Because it literally plays like Elite Dangerous in my opinion, but on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
Actually impressive. Yeah, no, it was something because I like my Starship games. I mean, that's why we played freaking I forgot what it's called now.
IST. Yeah, Interstellar Strike
IST.
Team.
That was it, Interstellar Strike Team, because that was fantastic.
That game's fantastic, but that isn't how it's positioned. Like, that for me is a really good little arcade. Well, yeah, arcadey, but with a little bit of a simulike in there. Fighter-based game, but it's positioned as you and your crew have a capital ship and you work together, and it's probably the least expanded element of the entire game.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can jump into a fighter and go out and fight the good fight as your fighter support, and you can do fucking ground landings and then be running around in FPS. The game is trying to cover a lot of bases, but not the one that was originally premised. The weakest part of Interstellar Strike Team is the actual management and battling from your cruiser. You know, the turrets in there are arguably garbage. There's not a lot for anybody to do on the ship, be everything tickety-boo or you taking damage. Where the guts of that game is in the flight simulator, jumping into your hangar, getting into a craft and going out and fighting the good fight, or planet dropping. And it's like, that's not what it says on the fucking tin. That's not what it says on the tin, Romsil. So, yeah. But again, a great game. I was pleasantly surprised with that one. That one seems to have died on its arse a little bit in terms of content. It's another one that just needs more, and not in the direction that they're going in. It needs to have more to do with the capital ship. The fighter support thing is good, and the ground drop podding is good. More on the thing, but we have
combat was pretty decent as well.
We have potentially Soul Protocol that's in beta at the moment for that, but
very
we'll
cool
talk about
game.
that another time.
Very cool.
Oh, have you had a look?
What
Have
about
you?
you, Ripper?
Oh, I've played it. I played with one of the developers because I missed, I think, the second play test because I wasn't available for the weekend, so I just sort of messaged them. They were like, "Oh, if you can jump on now, we'll get you in with one of the devs." And I ended up playing with them for like 2.5 hours.
It really does. It's like my biggest pet peeve in VR is like, if you want people to do free beta testing, don't fucking nickel and dime their time. We need you on Tuesday when it's raining and it's going to be between the hours of 8 o'clock and 9:30. And if you're not there, you can't fucking play it. It's like, I can't.
That's my head in a bit. Like,
you know,
it needs to be a double rainbow. The sun needs to go behind the moon, and
exactly.
then
It's like all these conditions, just like Stained Blade are doing it recently as well. But Stained Blade's what could be the defining VR sword fighting game, if you ask me. It's taking what Broken Edge did really well, and actually allow you to fight the fight out, as opposed to a Broken Edge where the blades clash, it resets, or when the opponent's dead, it like Bushido Blade, I guess.
Yeah.
But this allows the actual fight. I haven't played that since they've added the dismemberment system. You'll fucking love this, boys. You can cut off somebody's arm in that game now.
Oh,
that's awesome. I'll be the first one to have my arm chopped off.
Oh, and there's your shield fucking gone. But yeah,
I'll play that again as well.
Yeah, that one's one where the devs actually harangued me and they're like, "Oh, we're on now. Do you want to come and have a look?" And and it just so happened that I had time to do it, and I was very interested. But where they but I know why they do it, because they've got higher servers, and I assume it's down to server time, and they can't just leave it up. But it's like, yeah, but all the money that you're saving through not actually hiring proper fucking games testers, surely there's a compromise here. So anyway, yeah. So
Jake,
VR
what
flat
about
screen,
you?
X-Wing TIE Fighter style games would be amazing. Wing Commander, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter.
That'd be
Those
pretty
sort of
sick.
things.
I'm not going to lie, mate. That does sound really good, especially when you said the old ones, because I honestly haven't played any new X-Wing TIE Fighter game probably since the early 2000s now. So yeah, older ones definitely would be brilliant. I do love bringing sort of the old style games into VR. I like it a lot. What about you, boys? Is there?
Yeah, I was going to actually ask you what yours is first, because I've already got a plan for mine, and it's already technically on its way. And I'm not going to say anything more than that until you've said your piece. So I'll let you do your one.
Okay. Well, my
I think
one.
he was stalling. Weren't you stalling for time, Doc?
No. One for me, it's probably one of my favourite flat screen PC only games, unfortunately. And that is totally forgotten the name of it now. I'm on the spot.
Oh
my goodness!
Be a fucking defining time in your gaming career. Hey, mate,
I've got to click it.
All the fucking time. It's such an amazing game. It's amazing.
It's absolutely awesome.
Snake on the 3210. I don't think we want that one.
What's it fucking called again? Look, dude, I just play the games. I don't know the fucking names. That one, you know that one.
The one where they swing stuff on it.
Right, whilst he's looking up the name of his favorite game.
Scrap Mechanic is a really cool game that came out early access. I think about 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. And I used to play it with my little boy, and it's incredible that they had to literally make a new game engine just to get it running and working properly to how they wanted, because you're this little dwarf guy that lands on this, or crash lands on this planet, and literally everything on the planet you can harvest, break, and use to make things, not only where you're sort of like crafting stuff that you can use the item, but you can make a car and build the engine and get everything all running and connect all the wheels up to the steering and make it turn left and right and power the wheels. And then you can like make a crane or something on the top to pick up logs and chop down trees and all sorts. It's literally just your imagination.
In space with dwarves.
Sort of, yeah. And literally this planet that you've landed on is it's literally got robots all over it that were supposed to be farming, crafting, harvesting, and doing all sorts of stuff, from growing crops, farming animals, and providing everything that these dwarves needed. But something's gone wrong. They've all malfunctioned, and now they're all absolute psycho killer robots out to obliterate any human-like thing that lands on the planet, and you're there.
I've never heard of it.
Right,
and I take it it's randomly generated world.
Yep. You can play 4-player co-op, and it is just spectacular. The worlds are absolutely huge. I mean, some of the islands, you drive around for ages, and then you get to the end of the island, and then you have to make a boat, which takes you some time, and then you power up the boat and build it all properly, because you can build it any way you like, but if you don't make it with general physics to make it float, to make it so you can steer in certain ways, and you've got all sorts of options on how to build it and make it bit by bit, putting the blocks together as you like, and it's just spectacular. And the control system and the basic layout is like Minecraft. You got a little bar at the bottom with your inventory, you got a button to go into your backpack and get more stuff out and swap it to your main bar inventory. And I'm just like, someone please just make a mod for this game so I can play it in VR.
That does sound fucking good, to be fair.
I hear you saying these words, and I'm like, oh man, that's like 1,000 hours before I even know what I'm doing properly and can tell other people how to do it.
Yeah.
1,000 hours.
Totally.
And I've done it. And the thing is, I know it's 1,000 hours because I've done it several thousand times before. So yeah, but hey, I think we do. There are things that kind of touch on that. I mean, obviously you've played Into Black, which isn't going to be anywhere near the scope of what you're talking about. Have you looked at Into Black? Into the Black or Into Black?
No.
Wow.
Oh, wow. We do need to get him on
play
that.
that. Yep.
I'll have a look.
I think you like Into Black.
Good game.
Is there a PC
And
version?
that is, I think that's on Steam VR, but that one is it's kind of like a space miner. Go out to a location and fucking space mine, and then you get various materials that you bring back to upgrade your character. So it's a lot slower, it's a lot smaller scope than what you're talking about. But I tell you what, on standalone, the lighting effects on that game and the graphics of it were quite impressive.
So much so they killed the Quest 2 version.
I've still got a bee in my bonnet about that game because I approached the developers way before it was released, and I was like, any chance of a key? And they're like, they at least messaged back to me, and they said, no, sorry, we've run out. And then when the game came out, there was like no coverage. Now, like a couple of the big names covered it, but not a lot. I mean, hell, the fact that you haven't heard of it, Dark Ripper, says volumes. That they didn't do enough coverage. So I was like, so what did you do then? Did you order like 5 keys or something? What I think it was, nah, we don't want to be giving fucking games away to people. We want to sell.
Oh, sorry, we've run out. Sorry, we're fresh out of keys. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I could always do that thing of give them out and then like take it back afterwards.
I mean, they could always do that. They could always
I've had that a few times.
They could always do that thing of they could actually buy me the fucking game. You know, I'm pretty sure me covering it on my channel will sell a copy.
Yeah, right.
So, you know, you then make your money back and you're getting free advertisement. And then if the video does well, it might sell more than 1 copy. But I could guarantee, like, you know, several of my lot have bought the game. The game was actually fucking gifted to me. Thank you, K2, and your passive aggressiveness of making me play the game. But
you know why?
It was good. It was good.
She was passively. I think she did it to Wick and myself as well, just to get us to play it, because it was. I'm sure I didn't know about the game, and then I think Wick was playing it. He goes, "Yeah, Kim got me onto the game." I was like,
how can nobody know about it and people having to be gifting it to other people? Like, you know, I knew about it, but they'd run out of keys. How can they run out of keys and nobody know about it?
Right.
Those things don't marry up. Now, the thing is, future me, like fast forward a year, I do speak to devs quite in depth now about these things, and I do know how the systems work. I know that they can generate Steam keys, no problem. So never let them tell you they've run out of keys, because they can literally generate.
Not working.
Yeah. But with Quest, they do get given or allocated an amount, and they can ask for more. I know that much. So maybe they didn't get them allocated, or they didn't get enough. To me, it reeks of, we ain't fucking giving you a key. And like, I'd rather they turn around and said that than we've run out. It's a bit fucking lame. But there you go. So, but yeah, like, how can they have run out of keys? And then, like, you know, I've got people telling me about the game, and you guys have got people getting the game for you. Like, you know, I mean, you know, I'm not saying any of us are like fucking big or hot on the creation scene, but we've usually got our ear to the ground with these sort of things and know about games well in advance of them coming out. So why does nobody else, if they've given all the keys away?
That window licking, wearing scumbag VR standalone gimp.
Must have been fucking G2A or fucking, what's the other one? Fanatical Games or Instant Gaming. Yeah, they must have given all the keys away to fucking key resellers then, obviously. So.
That's where I buy mine from.
Game sounds absolutely intriguing, because
I mean, it's a thing. Have a look at. It's again, don't expect the scope that you're looking for from Scrapper.
Oh no, it's not. It's nowhere near the one that you mentioned.
But it's a bit of a microcosm. It's the one thing that I think Into Black needed was randomly generated levels.
Kind of reminds me of Deep Rock, but without the drilling ability.
Yeah.
If I had to call it that, so you're spelunking basically. You're spelunking in space caves.
Yeah. And it's done well, very solid frame rate, actually decent graphics for what it is.
Awesome combat. It's actually enjoyable combat.
Lighting was brilliant as well. So, The combat for me, I found, was a little bit. It was all right. It wasn't the focus of that game. It's about the
I went
resource
Thor's
drop.
hammer and a machine gun, man. I was like wanging the hammer and just firing the gun off and bouncing all
Again,
over the shop.
one maybe we could do as a fucking VR library, because I'd like to see what your thoughts on that one are, Ripper. And I know me and Poise have played it reasonably extensively, or at least I have. I don't know.
Definitely check it out. Yeah.
I haven't been back to it since it started playing up to MetaQuest 2. So I played it on MetaQuest 2 with Kim and I think it was Kim, Wick, and Von, and it kept kicking me out, so I gave up on it.
Yeah, I played it with Kim and Von, and it was it was good.
Into Black, was it?
Into Black,
Into Black, yeah.
It was good, but unfortunately, I always had that fucking bee in my bonnet of, well, yeah, if I'm going to put hundreds of hours into this game, and then, but if I'm going to do that, I need to get a little, these days, I need to get a little something out of it. I need to be able to show it off on my channel. And maybe there's an element of spite to it as well. I'm working on these things.
You won't give me that shit. Fuck you. You know, go on my channel, bitch. Fuck you.
If I'm going to put hundreds and hundreds of hours into a game, I want to show it off. And I'd like to get good enough at it to be able to show it off in a way that, might help people enjoy the game more. That's the whole MO of my channel. Yeah. Learn how to play the game to a reasonable level, and then show off how I've got where I am and the things that I found. Again, as we've talked about, I do find in a lot of video games, especially things with leaderboards, there's always a lot of gatekeeping, and I fucking hate gatekeeping. So even if that means that I show people the stuff that will get them above me, well, fucking good. Jobs are good, and I'm a martial artist. I'm a martial artist at my core, and if I can't train somebody to a level where they can surpass me, then I shouldn't be training them at all. And
but isn't that giving them the keys to the gate?
Yeah, exactly.
So technically, you are gatekeeping. You're just giving them the key after they've learned how to use the key.
I'm smashing that gate. Smashing it.
No, smash the gate. That's why we got the crap we've got these days.
Smash the gate. Right, what's your game?
Lack of gatekeeping is why we've got shite like fucking
No, because gatekeeping. No, so gatekeeping in games for me can ultimately be the death of them. If people don't know, if people are looking, do you know what, today's culture, people look at the leaderboard and they go, I can't get those scores. Those people must be cheating. Oh, I've been killed and we have the same kit and the same guns.
They're hacking.
That guy must be cheating. Hacks, cheats, this, that, and the other. That's another element as well, because I used to get some silly scores in some of the games that I used to play, and I've been accused of it. How are you even getting that score? I'm glad you asked. Do you think it's cheating? Let me show you.
Allow me to show you and regale you with the story of how I got 2 million points.
And it also goes back to, I can play games. I don't think I've ever been anything special in flat games. And I can play VR to, I think, a reasonable standard.
OCD levels of in-depth research all the time.
Look, we've all got apparently branded with autism this day, and that's my flavor, all right? So, or OCD-ness or what have you. But yeah, it does smack of, if people don't know how to do a thing, for me, it can be the death of games. People think oh, I can never achieve those scores. I can never get there. I can never do these things. I can never do those things. And then I've had loads of really positive messages from lots of people going like the most common one is, thanks to you showing me X, Y, and Z, I was able to. And then some of these people then come, well, I'd say some, probably most, but go on to become better than I am at the game. And that is ultimately the reason why I do it, because I'd like to put the tools in the hands of people that have actually got talent within these games and see what they can do. And then I can always sit back and go, yep, I created that monster. And it's to my detriment a lot of times as well. I have lost fucking tournaments doing this, and I'll carry on doing it.
So yes, I guess we're on to my one then. Okay, so we actually discussed this a bit earlier, and the reason why I'm saying that is because I mentioned this, I either mentioned this on the last podcast or I mentioned this in private to either one of you. which was about new blood games. So anything from Gloomwood, which was like Let It Burn Down or whatever it was called, or Dusk, or Blood West. Blood West was one I was really interested in, which is a PC game. It's got PlayStation 1 visual. It looks like it's stylized that way. But in being stylized that way, that means you can use the parts off the enemies to create either alchemical concoctions or magical wards, or to turn yourself into a fucking werewolf, or each monster you are hunting them like they are on a safari, basically. So all these sort of creepy, weird ass monsters that all have different effects, and that it's a bit like with Marrow Marrow. I was scanning to read and learn and study about what the weaknesses were to these enemies. However, in Blood West, you can use their body parts as things to either deter them from attacking you, for they all have different patterns and ways they work, or to actually fight them, or to get benefits that they'd be using themselves for yourself.
What, like Rise of
So
the Robots and like fucking knocking a buzzsaw on you? Can you take their parts and put them on you?
Sort of, not so much like that. You got to
Not so
think of
much.
this in the sort of like Old West sort of theme to it. So it's
So
very old
items
school
as opposed to
steampunky type thing. Yes, it's very steampunky. It's like I said, you can make a concoction that turns you into a werewolf temporarily, but I think it does something negative to your character. But the map's moderately open, but again, we're working off low poly visuals, and in low poly visuals, they can pull off a lot of in-depth mechanics that they wouldn't be able to do if they actually tried to make it high definition and photorealistic. But when it comes to games of that caliber, for example, I wanted a proper Thief game. I don't think we got one on standalone. It's on the same premise as Let It Burn Down, right? So that sort of stylized game, flat screen game. I wanted Thief, the either Metal Age or one of the earlier ones, as a VR standalone game. What we got, I don't know. I haven't played enough of it to even like it. I got deterred by the main character because she was irritating. Her voice was like shredding my brain with a cheese grater. It was aggravating.
Sorry, which
And
game is this in VR?
Thief.
the
What was
new
the title?
Thief
Huh?
game.
Oh, the
Thief.
new right. Okay, yeah, I've been put off by that one recently. So
The thing is that the mechanics and the visual in that looks great, right? But she keeps talking. I don't need her to keep talking. I need her to do the fucking job. Thieves do not chat to themselves while they are robbing people's houses.
Well, if it's
I
any
don't.
consolation, she does start talking to Garrett a bit
Does she
later on.
shut up?
So no, even more. You get two voices. You get Garrett as well. So
And that's my other thing. They've turned Garrett into a disembodied voice in an eyeball. What the fuck is this?
for me, for what I saw and read, and again, I don't like having an opinion on a thing unless I've actually physically been in the trenches and fucking done it. But then again, I'll finding any reason to not cover a thing these days because I've got enough to fucking do already. But they did recently. I think they dropped the price of Thief, so it's now gone down to $17.99, which I believe is a lot more in line with the level of content and what is in the game. And then there's
I'm
discounts
surprised
on
by
top
that.
of that as well.
say that again. Sorry, you've played it quite extensively. Yeah. About 3-4 hours, I think. Yeah, I got a few levels in, and then another game distracted me, and I didn't really get any more. I meant to actually play. Oh, it was Star Trek Infection. I ended up getting into that and playing that loads. Yeah, really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed it so far. Yeah. can't get rid of the bloody voice. Yeah, it's just constant. I tell you what, mate. The worst thing with it, though, with that was like you're sneaking up, you're about to assassinate someone, and she starts talking about something. You're like, "But I'm take this guy out. What are you doing, you silly woman?" Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh. Thank you, Din Dalmaska.
No,
Yeah.
Sorry.
And
there
that
we
was
go.
that
Hopefully
one in
that sorted the
comparison
sound.
to the older
Cheers, mate.
PC ones wasn't considered very good, apparently.
oh God's sake.
And yeah, so I never. Oh, sorry, we're having sound issues.
Yeah, so the sound clicked off for some reason. I've just had to bring Discord back on top because the sound went off again. So
Okay.
God
sorry,
damn it, Ripper.
Discord off. That's me. That's my fault. I'm sorry.
Blah 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 blah. Stop pressing buttons, Ripper.
I have to.
No, stop. So yeah, I basically I've been told it was a one and done, and for the 30 quid price tag or 27.99 price tag, I ain't paying that for a fucking one and done. Hell, I wouldn't pay that for a game that had a decent amount of content. I kind of refuse to, like, the game has to be fucking exceptional for me to pay more than 20 quid. And again, I've seen a take on this as well. It's like, oh well, people like you are why the VR industry's failing. It's like,
What?
no, fucking price your game.
No.
Price your game.
The reason it's
competitively.
failing is because they're charging over the fucking odds for games that don't even deserve half the attention that they're getting. And then when people finally buy them and take their fucking hand into their pocket and pay for this shit, they find out they've got half of a game that's good and the other part is loaded of garbage because it was underdeveloped or they couldn't be asked to do it properly.
Yeah.
So it's not the fact that people are expecting low prices for this shit.
The
It's
thing
ridiculous.
is, if I'm getting a game, I always say, like, you know, if I'm getting a game, I want a fucking bargain. I want to feel like the amount of money that I have paid for a thing determines a lot about the end product. You know, if I pick up a game because the dev hasn't done well on sales and I get it for £1, the game could have been shit, but for £1, it's like, well, you know, it's not bad at all. I don't feel like I've wasted my money. There's
Now you've
like
got things like Crossings as well. £8 for that game,
£8
was it?
for Crossings is
Crossings and
ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous
mental.
for what that game is.
Go
You know,
to
that
Crossings.
was that should have come out at double that price, and I would have paid it because it's good. But then you position it at £7.99, and you'd like to think that it would be popular. But they've had a problem as well. They haven't speculated at all. They've done no advertising. Ripper, do you even know what game we're talking about here?
I love Crossings. Yeah, I
you?
actually
Good.
got that one to sort of
Really,
show a little while back.
good. Very well priced, very competitive, well worth playing.
Definitely.
It does seem to
be doing it again
problems.
soon.
I'd hold off for now.
Oh,
It's having problems.
Both the PC version as well.
I'd be interested to see if the PC version is doing the same, but I'm getting the same crashes in Crossings during combat, similar to the hard crashes that I'm getting on Morrow. And it's pretty fucking annoying. But it must be an in-game thing. I've reported it to the devs as well, but it must be an in-game thing because every time I go in, the world that is generated is exactly the same each time. I think it's something to do with these the meta issue that we had maybe a few days or a week ago or what have you.
Fuck you, Zuckerberg.
So yeah, the servers went down or something went awry or something happened. But apparently it's all back up and running now. But some games seem to be affected worse than others. It might be part of the reason why I'm having some of these hard crashes on Morrow. Possibly. I don't fucking know, man. I just work
No,
here.
you're not the only one. I've
getting-
crashed like 4 times the other day, whereas yesterday when I was playing it, it was smooth. There was no problem. I was playing it for over an hour. So I don't know. But the time before I tried playing it, it was every 45 minutes to half an hour. It kept crashing straight back to the hub, and I was like, "Listen, it's fine." And then I'm sure Ripper was in at one point. He goes, "No, you're still streaming, mate. You're still streaming because I can't
yeah.
see shit with Beam." Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, well, that's gone then. I guess the stream's gone too." And he's like, "No, wait, you're
Still
still
here."
Yeah, no, I've had problems with a few games on standalone recently. As I said, I think Downtown Club was the last one I played standalone. It didn't even use Quest Games Optimizer or anything to impact the performance, and I got a couple of hard crashes with that and wasn't even recording or anything. It was just kind of, what's happening, you know?
I was going to say, if you like that's one of the ones that I know was definitely reported. Sky Archer threw up on his, not on his page, he put up a comment on his Discord saying, like, you know, meta's gone down, multiplayer's affected on Downtown Club, the Vivox that he uses for the voice over internet protocol side of things was down. Apparently it's all fixed now. There were some things that he did have a couple of issues with, but they've been fixed. Like, you know, I whinge about the fucking day one patch and the day one like bug thing, you know, bug addressing and stuff.
Because they should be testing it beforehand anyway.
They should, but having been like in the trenches with these devs when they start these things, I am hyperly aware of the fact that they say that no plan meets contact with, you know, survives contact with the enemy. And in this circumstance, meta does seem to be the enemy in that there's a lot of gray area when you have a game done, dusted. So like we fucking extensively tested Downtown Club and everything. I mean, we did the same with Dungeons of Eternity as well. And the boys that do Dungeons of Eternity used to work for Oculus. So they know the architecture and the stuff that's going on there. I think they might have spent some time with Meta as well. They were able to adapt quite quickly. But Dungeons of Eternity's multiplayer was not working on day one.
Nope.
And they sorted it out very quickly, but it was one of the best drop in, drop out, and use of meta features of a multiplayer game that I had played in the beta. And then when it went live, just fucked. Absolutely fucked. Now, the single player game held that, and they, you know, addressed it quite quickly. But there's other games in the past that have done this and had these issues. Hellsweeper's a big one. And Hellsweeper didn't adjust very quickly. They had some graphical issues and some other issues as well. Hellsweeper is one of the best, I'll say it again, it's one of the best games that we have, especially in standalone VR and probably in PC VR for the variety.
One of the best movement shooters in VR.
Yeah, 100%.
And nobody knows about it. It didn't find success. It didn't get the popularity. And this is on the back end of Sorrento, which I believe did quite well, but Hellsweeper didn't. And it's now kind of been abandoned. So
going on about games that were in flat to go into VR, I want to go on about one that's going from VR to fucking flat that I think is a bit of a piss take in the Game Awards. Don't fucking get me started, right? Arizona Sunshine.
Yeah.
Are you fucking having a laugh? They're advertising it like it's a fucking new game. It's not a new game at all. It's been out for fucking VR for ages. And it's just sort of like, oh,
now you
so
can
you're
play
bringing
it in third person.
Nobody gives a fuck. We've got Resident Evil at home. What the fuck are these thinking?
Yeah, we've got Resident Evil at home.
I understand with Moss. I understand with Moss because that is a platform game. It's a platform game anyway, and you know, you literally when you're in VR playing Moss, you just got a camera perspective. And you're just controlling the character and pressing buttons on the controller. So I understand that, but Arizona Sunshine, literally, as you say there, we've got zombie games in VR. Why do we, in flat screen, why do we need one when it's made for interacting in VR?
Do you want a generic zombie game?
Yeah.
Hot take on Moss. that didn't need to be in VR. I'm sure
No,
it
it
did
didn't. No,
great,
Francis,
and
It didn't.
it was a lovely little game and way too
Loved
fucking cutesy for my tastes. But it
First one
didn't
made
need
me
to be in
cry, damn it.
VR. What was VR about that game? I don't
Be sweet
even
for your own
think
good.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't even
sweet
think you
psychopath.
actually had to do any interactions with the cat. Like you didn't get to pick him up and fucking swing him around by the tail at any point.
Look, just because you like,
You
just
didn't get
'cause you
to
like the idea
pick
of
up a
swinging
box and just fucking crush the little rat over and over again. You didn't get to do these things.
You know
did you?
what? Actually, I want to word with you, Devil, right? Because this is not on right. There's a scene in Resident Evil 4 where you have to save a wolf that's trapped in a bear trap, right? This is in the original game as well. And even
Yeah,
me,
put it
I'm
out
a
of its
cold-hearted
misery and
bastard,
don't
right?
use your ammunition. Save the ammunition with the knife.
No,
But yes, go on.
you save. You're supposed to save. Well, you don't have to. Yes, you can shoot the wolves. You
Oh, I
can
know,
kill
I
the
did.
wolves. But man, I've never done that. And I played
Do
Night
you know,
Shield
do you
with
know what
Cricket, and it
happened?
can't
Because
be
I
a good
saw,
time.
I was
Always
going to
evil,
comment,
but
but
I'll
I was
never
like, no,
involved
I
in
was going to comment, but I just didn't have the chance to do it. But after you saved the wolf, what transpired straight after that? You got attacked by another
Yes.
pack of wolves for your
Yes.
weakness.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere.
They
but that
saw
was
what you did, smelt the weakness. Anyone else would have been like, nah, I can't help it. Put it out of its misery. Don't use a bullet. That's a waste. Give it a couple of.
all right.
Put it out of its
I
misery
saved it for a
swiftly.
reason. I didn't do it selflessly. I did it selfishly. I saved it for my own purpose. If there was no benefit, yeah, I probably would have shot it. To be fair, I'm not gonna
There
lie.
is benefit. Does it not drop loot?
Not the dog. No, it doesn't drop
Are you
anything.
sure? It's not a dog. It's a wolf, isn't it?
It's a wolf, but
Yeah.
I don't think it drops anything. No,
No.
I think
Yeah.
you just shoot an innocent wolf that's
Yeah,
murdered
fair
a
enough.
family. For,
Hey, look,
a
there's
few
one
hours earlier.
person that I won't shoot, and I know you can, and it's the trading. It's because he's one of my own. You know, the
Yeah.
silver-tongued devil. What are you buying? What are you selling?
yeah,
I'll
that's
buy
the
it at a
flat
high
screen games.
price.
There are a load of decent ones. I mean, to be honest, my ultimate one, if I ever had a flat screen game brought into VR, Prototype. Oh my god, as a game, Prototype would be immense. Having that power
would
at
be
your
really
hands.
cool.
Isn't that the one with like fucking options and you pick up power-ups, side-scrolling?
No.
Oh no! I'm thinking of something different.
Alex
No, I know
Mercer,
Prototype.
New
Yeah,
York
yeah.
City, a lot of eating people and
Yeah.
turning into the thing.
And like being a bit like Venom, I suppose, isn't it? With like spiky arms and flesh changing and stuff. Yeah, man.
I just loved grabbing hold of an Apache helicopter in midair by grappling to it and then getting inside of it by ripping the door open and then smashing the last guy's head against the windscreen on the inside and then taking control of a helicopter, then jumping out of the damn thing, bullet diving into the ground, causing a block to be destroyed, and then getting into a tank and driving away like I was nothing and I wasn't even there. But the beauty of that game also was that you could be stealth as well. Anyone you consumed, you could become. So you could literally cause all the chaos, smash a dust storm up, and then switch back into a normal human and walk the fuck off, and they wouldn't know what the hell or who the hell did it. And that's what I thought was impressive.
That one was around about the same time as there was another one that I played. Is it Crackdown?
On PlayStation. There was
Crackdown. Yeah, man, I remember
Crackdown? That was a similar game, but you played as the good guys. You played as the cops. Yeah. That was great. The upgrade pack on that, what you could do. But yeah, I remember that was out at the same time, and yeah, Prototype is much my kind of game, but I think I was ruined with Crackdown, and I wanted what you had in Crackdown, but in Prototype, and yeah. I don't know why I've gone into watercolor mode. I'm trying to sort it out.
There was a game on the
Vaseline smeared across your camera there,
it's
mate.
not an effect, honestly.
Prototype came out on the Xbox 360, whereas there was another one on the PlayStation called Infamous that were competing with each other.
Hang on a second.
Your video came back as the VRssed came back and glitching out.
Oh, can't be VRssed. Indeed. There you go. Cleaned it up for you.
Brilliant.
Shined up real nice. But yeah, sorry, go on, boys.
No, it's basically the Infamous and Prototype both came out at the same time, and Prototype won the competition because they were both
Infamous,
basically.
yeah, that's the other one.
Infamous prided itself on giving you the choice between good and bad, and it would affect the world around you. Whereas Prototype, you were just a fucking you were a beast from the get-go.
I think Infamous was the one that put me off, and I confuse it with Prototype because
A lot of people
Infamous
did.
was one of those games where it didn't actually fucking matter which way you went. Is that correct?
Yeah, it ended up
There
not
wasn't
being
any.
No, the difference was you were either red or you were blue. That was the difference. There wasn't.
Yeah,
Prototype sort of tricks you because Prototype made you think you were a good guy for a good while in that game until you later on find out you were the twat who caused it all.
Yeah.
So that was it. It was just fantastic for that whole. And by the way, if it's a spoiler to you, you wasted your life. Go and fucking play Prototype. What are you doing?
Hey, but maybe they were playing Infamous and thought it was the same thing. Kind of like me. It is one of my. It has been through the years, and you say that, and that's why it's keyed me into it. It's been one of my pet peeves in games where it's like, oh, the choices that you make in the game matter. It's like 90% of games, no, they fucking don't. Like, I remember.
I'm trying to think of one.
Red Dead Redemption, and I assume 2, which I didn't really play that much. But in Red Dead Redemption, if you were an absolute asshat, not only did it affect the world around you and how characters and things reacted to you, but there was also a line, and the more evil you got, the better things that you unlocked. And so then you could even do the be good to unlock all the cool stuff, and then have
just reminded me
you go
on
evil,
mobile
or vice versa. I used to go evil. I used to go good and then evil. It was like do a reverse fucking redemption arc. So, but because you want to get everything unlocked, don't you?
I know.
Like
your entire family,
Telltale Games.
The town alive.
Telltale Games were the biggest one for me on that. It's like, and yeah, it's 5 episodes. You remember the first zombie Telltale game? I can't remember what it's fucking called now.
Walking Dead ones.
It was Walking Dead, wasn't it? The fucking choices didn't matter. I played through the game to make sure that they didn't. It's like you played through, and I think the only thing that fucking registered for me is like in one of the acts, one of the characters that had to die at that point either had 1 arm or 2 arms. That was the only, like, you couldn't get them killed before then, you know? And yeah, it was just like making out that choices matter, and they didn't fucking matter. And there's a lot of games where it's like the choices don't actually fucking matter. But yeah, and they brand that as the identity of the game, and it's like, yeah, fuck off.
I'm gonna need folks' help at some point because I'm gonna try and attempt to do Knights of the Old Republic, but in Jedi. I've never done it my entire life. I've never played Jedi ever once. I tried so hard, but I failed every damn time because it was too irresistible, man. The dark side is just too good. Okay, I wanted the Force. I wanted the power, and it didn't matter how many times I tried. Every time it gave me an option, I couldn't resist but go dark side. So at some point, I'm going to be doing the Knights of the Old Republics, but I'm going to get help to be good.
Don't ask me, mate. I'm always going to tell you to give in to your anger every the devil on my shoulder. Time.
That's why I got Ripper. You could be the angel of it. No, don't do it now. Fuck them up, boys.
Yeah. Basically. The dark side's got character. Fucking little goody 2-shoes running around. You can do that in any game. Give me dark side.
There's one line that was written, and it was written text, right? And it's the one line in all of gaming history that will stick with me. And it isn't what you'd expect, like, what is the man by Castlevania, you know, the Dracula quote. This was literally a sentence you could choose when you were on Onderon in the second Knights of the Old Republic. And it was, if you don't leave the planet now, they will have to stitch you back up for the funeral. That wasn't spoken. That was just text on a screen that I could choose. And I was hooked from then, and that stuck with me for the rest of my days. I was like, yeah, that's awesome, that is. The fact that that was even an option in the dialogue. Now, what have you got? Was it Dragon Age Veilguard, where every single option you choose makes you trans?
I knew you were going to say that. I knew he'd say that.
I'm
Every
sorry.
single option.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sorry, you've accidentally gone trans. Ah, well, at least everybody's accepting.
Choices, folks, choices. I could chop someone up and get rid of them that way, or I could convince them to leave the planet, or I could be good and help them with what they want. So it helped sort the idea out. But it was freedom of choice. It was freedom to be as good or as devilish as you wanted to. Smile, devil. I said devilish. And that was the problem. These days, we've got fake choices that may lead to absolutely fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Black and white, the original black and white RTS, right? That was a god simulator to the nth extent, to the point that every action you did changed you from good to evil or vice versa. I had kindergartens that I had as my own fuel so I could sacrifice children on a daily basis for power.
It was an option. You could
Choices,
do it.
people. Choices. Choices. It was an option.
Yeah, but well, like we were talking about, in our little Discordy chat thing. It's like, games have got to that point now where you offend somebody within the game, and then the game has to change to assuage the fucking grievances of that person. It's like, motherfucker, you don't even play. You're never going to look at this game. You're never even going to fucking play this game. You're just getting fucking offended and ruining it for everybody else.
Yeah.
I really hope that the whole Warhammer and 40K thing.
Henry Cavill be praised.
Praise Cavill. I really hope it comes through, and it comes through the way that it's portrayed in the novels, and in what shitty animations that we have, and in what some great games we have. Like, that's going to shock a lot of fucking people. I hope they don't fucking change. It's going to be great. The religious community are going to be fucking up in arms. Trans community are going to be fucking up in arms. Hell, even neo-Nazis are going to be fucking up in arms with the way that 40K works. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
It's supposed to be a living nightmare. The whole thing's supposed to be
and it ain't dressed down,
evil,
it ain't
misogynistic, fascist. It's supposed to be all these horrible things because it's grim, dark. It's a nightmare universe, and when you've got a lore of a universe, even the good guys, even the goodest of good are bad.
To it, and it does well. I'd like to think that it'll be the breath of fresh air that people don't even fucking realize they need at the moment. So,
well, from what I've heard, from what Cavill mentioned, it's going to be more of an enclosed story, so probably on one of the Hive worlds, maybe.
Okay, well, that's a good start. As long as it's fucking nasty, happy days.
Yeah, too right. I mean, they can't obviously make something. Well, they could make something grandiose, but this is Amazon we're talking about.
They don't need to.
Yeah.
They don't need to. I've always found the most interesting stories in Warhammer 40K are buried in the minutia. Like one of the greatest one of the greatest videos done by a channel. If you're a 40K fan, I'd highly recommend you check out Vox in the Void. He narrated a story called I Am Servitor, and it's fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, that's nightmarish.
Yeah, nightmarish and amazing. And again, I won't spoil it.
In brief, Ripper, a servitor is basically, it was human once, but now it's made into a machine because it needs to be used for a different purpose.
Okay.
Humans are literally just extra resource.
Yeah, RoboCop, but with basic function. So you didn't have any memories.
RoboCop, but if he had the brain of a toaster oven.
Yeah.
Just basic functions, breathing, moving.
And you know what? 40K is quite a nice take at the on current events. Not that we're ever going to discuss politics or any shit like that. But it's a nice note. No, I know, but it's a nice note. The 40K universe and the way that the Imperium handles and deals with AI. They don't fucking like it. It's heresy. They don't fucking like that AI because it goes places and everybody ends
unless it's dealt with by the Mechanicum, then it's fine.
Well, most of the time it's fucking heresy.
It's fine if it's all right by the Mechanicum.
Again, the ways that they go around trying to get around these things are always interesting as well.
Yeah, you've got the Space Dwarves that are chatting with them like they're the best friends and making them think they're drunk all the time. You know, it's just
Humans don't like AI in the grand old world of 40k. No, sir. No, sir. But yeah.
Although AI made our lovely outro song that I'll be playing very soon.
Oh, well, in that case, AI is just fine.
Thank you,
For that.
Gemini.
You used it as a tool.
I did see.
We have, so we've all. So yeah, I want X-Wing-y, TIE Fighter-y, just sci-fi space sims. Ripper, you want your scrap game.
I want
And-
yeah,
And I want
survival
my
crafting
want-
at
you want-
extreme levels in scrap mechanic, which would be amazing. It'd be so
you
good.
want a prototype
And you
And
Do
I
we-
want
or-
gory
or-
immersive sims.
or Infamous.
I'd want
Do
an
we-
immersive sim.
Are we out of topics? Are we?
I think we are out of
Never.
topics for
I'm
today.
never out of time.
Yeah, we're never
Never
really
out
out
of
of topics. It's just for today.
We're out of time. We're out of time. We're out of time.
Yeah, we've done just over 2 hours, even though we're a little bit late because of my bad setup. But look, now it's all working, everyone. Look at this. This is great. We got
kinda,
sound, we got
kinda.
video. We've even got fancy
Kinda.
graphics. Look at this.
Fancy graphics.
But
Lovely.
no, we're getting there with this, I think, guys. I think this is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We're
No,
going
this
to
is
cover a lot of
definitely-
subjects and topics on VR here.
Better than
Oh,
the last
yeah.
one. Do we want to pick a game then for my?
Oh, on
Well, I think you've already come.
if you said about
VR
Into
one.
Black, it looks like I don't know whether you can see the little bar there, but it's going to be
Bar.
on sale again soon. So I'll pick it up because it goes down to
How
like
do you
11
know?
quid.
Hang on. Why does a bar? How does a bar tell you that it's going to be on sale? Soon?
Because look, it was on sale like 2 months ago, twice, and then a month ago once. So it goes on sale like every month.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
There you go. Look, I'll
Yeah,
bring
cool.
up 6 months. Every month goes on
Okay.
sale with the dip. That's where it dropped right down
Interesting.
to like 10 quid.
I mean, you. Oh, hang on a second. What you're? I don't even know if that would work.
see, I just fucking buy these things.
I
Well, I
plan
buy
them.
them when they're on sale.
I'm broke. I plan them, mate.
Dude, I'd imagine you'd be able to approach the dev and they'd just tell you to fuck off because they haven't got any keys left.
That's normally they've normally got Steam keys. You see, literally every dev I approach, Shuri goes,
Hang on,
"We haven't got any
I'm
meta keys, but we
sure-
got Steam." And I'm like, "Yes, well, that's what I
I'm-
want."
I'm sure Into Black is on Keymailer. Yeah, Into
Oh, is
Black
it?
on Keymailer.
Oh,
Request.
I'll do a request then.
And the campaign is only on Steam, which is why I didn't request through that. There you go. Sorted. Freebie for you. You're welcome,
Brilliant.
Ripper.
Oh, thank you, mate. I'll do that after we get
You
off this. Then.
stupid fucking bars. Idiot. Get onto Keymailer. You can have it for free.
Oh, no, it's just I don't
Thing
always
is,
check there.
It's
If
between.
you're gonna do it, we're gonna do some coverage, and that's the kind of game as well. And I don't know how much you played it, Poise, but if we like level 0 all of our characters, because I haven't played that one for ages, so I'd want to start from bare bones beginning sort of thing.
Yeah,
do
probably
the
be a good idea.
And then we'll.
And I'm
and
good
then
with it. I'm good with starting again.
we could. I mean, we could single player it, or we could just play it together. But I think we need to cover both angles because it is. I mean, ultimately, it is a single player game with a multiplayer added. Because
Okay.
the multiplayer mirrors the single player, but with just with extra people in it. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
See if you can request it. Again, though, it's Keymailer, isn't it? And there might not be anybody at the fucking helm giving out the keys anymore. You never know.
Yeah. So
But it's on there, so you can. But yeah, it's either Into Black, but if we didn't have time for all of us to have a copy of that by then, or you do have to wait
Hyperbullet?
for a sale, I'd happily Hyperbullet.
Hyperbullet,
I've got
yeah,
loads
I
of-
will
the-
check that out as well, definitely.
The devs have actually been kind enough to send me a load of keys. They haven't been able to send me the bundle that unlocks everything for that game, but they have sent me separate
gonna say,
keys
isn't
for
that
the different
free?
unlocks. It is, but they've got to make some money somehow, boys. Come on now. The game is free to play with the pistol, and you can play the normal mode in its different difficulties. And then I believe with the pistol, with the pistol, there are 10 different variants of the main game. that focus
it's not
in
free,
on-
it's-
No. It is free to play
Can
the
you
pistol.
win with the pistol? Can
Yes.
you do exactly the same as you could do?
I was
as
top
any
of the
other weapon?
leaderboard and I bought nothing.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm
That's
fine
fine.
with that then. That's
Once
fine.
upon a time, anyway, that was a while ago. They've changed the meta and added things and combos.
So
But
I
no,
it's
would
not
have a
like pay
problem
for other
now.
if it
weapons
was
and be better.
paywalled.
No. So the one thing that they have done is with all the content, it'd be interesting for you guys to play it and see what is available for free, because I assume I've got the bundle now, but before I don't think I played it extensively before I got the bundle. And the bundle's only like £8, and that game's worth double that easily when you've got everything. But the bundle unlocks the shotgun and the SMG and the endless mode.
Okay.
So without paying for it, you can't compete on the shotgun leaderboards. They're separate. You can't compete on the SMG leaderboards. They're separate. And you can't play the endless mode. That's separate. The endless mode can be played as a standalone game where you start in endless, or you can take your existing build when you complete the single player, when you complete your run, and change it into an endless run. And but there's leaderboards for absolutely fucking everything. So no, it isn't a case of because I've bought the SMG, I'll be able to get a better score than you. It's we're all competing on the same track. We're all competing on the same line and the same leaderboards.
Okay.
Okay,
So
cool.
but again, pick it up. I mean, that's the easiest one because we all have access to that now, and then maybe we'll do Into Black as the next one because I'd like to get back on that.
Yeah.
But grab
Sounds good.
grab Hyper Bullet now, and then see what you can do. But you can play the pistol. When you complete a normal run, it unlocks additional kinds of runs, and each one of those additional kinds of runs has separate leaderboards for it. And I
I think I'll chuck
believe
that in next Monday then. I'll chuck that in next Monday with my other ones.
I believe free to play, you get to play the pistol in its normal mode and its additional 10 variants. And I believe you can unlock all the skins. That's how you unlock the skins from all of those variants. But yeah, that's as I understand it. They've front loaded it with a lot of good free content. And then
Excellent.
if you want to try the other ways, happy days.
That's a good way of doing
I
it.
personally say the SMG's easier to play than the pistol. The thing is, it doesn't matter how easy the game is to play or even how good you are at it. You'll know whether you like it when you first pick it up. I've had the only thing that I would say is I've had various people play it and go like, just fucking overwhelmed. Like, I don't know what to pick and what route to go and how to score and whatnot. And again,
That I find surprising.
a
I
little bit
saw the game myself, and
gatekeeping.
I was just sort of,
Little bit of gatekeeping,
yeah,
not from
fuck
yours
yeah,
truly,
no
not from
gatekeeping unless
me,
it's unless
not
it's this
from
one.
me. No.
If it's this one, no.
I'm going to be doing a series of videos to tell you idiots, and by you idiots I mean boys, how to play the game properly. No, like, you know, I know that there's a meta, there's combos, there are traits in the game that are desirable. It's the one problem, and again, you'll probably work this out for yourself, but it's the one problem with Hyper Bullet is if you want to be at the top of that game, playing in expert and ranking up in the top echelons, the top 10 of the game, you need to get good RNG. There are things that you can do to counter it, but getting good RNG early is ultimately going to tramp somebody's score that didn't get it and had to do things to mitigate the RNG. It's always a problem that you're going to get where there's like in a roguelike or random traits or random elements and so on. But you can play it and I would suggest you play it in either easy or normal, probably easy, so that you get success. I know you're probably not used to playing games in easy. Hell, I know I'm not. But it's probably worth playing it in easy so that you can learn what combos work without the pressure of a scoring system to have to compete with. It basically, in easy, doesn't matter what combo you put together, you'll be able to finish. But then as you move up through, it limits what you can get away with. And then when you get to the insane level of difficulty, and that's how you score the highest, it's a bit narrow. But again, they're doing things that, they're always doing things and balancing things to try and address these bits. but there's always going to be a meta. There's always going to be a desirable way to play. So yeah.
No,
But I won't spoil it too much. I want you guys to go through. And again, as well, I'm not on the free-to-play version, so it'd be nice to hear everything that I'm saying being confirmed by new players to the game. So the one thing, and this is probably one for you, Ripper, and I'm going to have a word with the devs, is there isn't a seated mode in it.
Okay.
But what that then means is that you're going to be on a slightly lower plane than somebody who is standing.
Yeah.
But then if you're able to adjust your height in game,
Yeah, I can do the meta standing mode. It makes you,
that
standing.
might work. I haven't tried, so I don't need to. So
I have to do that with some games before I load it up to PC as well, because there's some games without height adjustment.
There's been times where I've played that game and I'm like, man, I've been fucking standing up for like 3-4 hours, and I'm pretty sure I could do just bang, 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 sat down. I'd really like to sit down right now, and I want to carry on playing. And oh, I've got my but yeah, this is the other thing on that game as well is I'm getting everything unlocked, and then ye be warned, leaderboard, then I am coming for you all. I haven't started playing that game properly yet. I'm just getting everything unlocked and making sure I know what the combos are, and then I'm going to do some fucking damage.
Wicked. So that's our game for the next one.
I'm own crap tonight, so
and I'll be showing off how to do it as well. So that's going to be in live streams and videos. So, but yeah, you got to get that core knowledge. You got to play the game some, and then I can remove the
no problems. Well, I've got probably a week of demos to get through with Steam Neckfest currently happening, and the 50 demos I've downloaded to check out. But I think possibly if you guys are up for it, we could do the next episode in 2 weeks on the 30th of this month. Is that any?
I'm good with it. Yeah.
And give me a chance to sort of get through this week, and then next week I'll have a go.
I'll tell you what. We'll say 2 weeks. Wrap this up, and we'll chat about it in the Discord for a bit.
Yeah. No problems.
There's nothing set in stone live that we might have to adhere to.
That sounds like a good idea. Well, everybody,
ignore everything you just heard.
Ignore it all. That doesn't count.
These are not the VRssed. Can't be VRssed players you are looking for.
You cannot be asked. Goodbye.
Oh, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. I'm sorry about the technical issues of my microphone being out for the first 30 minutes, and then obviously cutting out the sound and the video a couple of times. But we're getting there. I'll get this sorted soon. But right now, have a goodbye from all of us. Poised.
Bye.
Devil.
Cheers.
And myself, Dark Ripper UK from the Whip channel. Check out Silver Tongue Devil and Poised and Nubist. There are links in the description below. Thank you all so much, and enjoy the animated logo outro with a lovely sound. Here we go.
Oh no! Yeah! And that's where it don't work, and you're just sort of like, is it finished yet?
Bye.